great day for hockey, and it is a great day for charity in the great state of Minnesota. And joining me today at the booth is Wes Peterson. Wes, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, Kirk. How you doing, brother?
I'm excited. I got to be honest with you. When I walked in here today, I was kind of caught off guard because I expected a different feel.
What'd you expect?
Well, I guess let's address the elephant in the room, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we had some very tragic things happening last weekend, and quite frankly, I'll be honest with you, I think I expected a little more sorrow, a little more sadness, more anger maybe, and I can't say that is how I feel today.
The energy in this building tonight is unbelievable.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the one thing that I was around talking to people and some people that I've gotten to know over the years doing this, and really, I think the only word I could come up with was love.
Yeah.
There's a lot of love in this building. There is a lot of support, and I don't know how we could do this, Wes. And if there was a way that we could do this, I would do it.
Yeah.
If there was a way to get every single police officer, every single fireman to see what we're seeing today and the support that they're getting. It's absolutely.
I think the state of Minnesota speaking up tonight. They really are. I mean, this building filled up within the first 30 minutes that their doors were open tonight. We opened earlier than we ever have, and it's still packed. I mean, there's people going across the street to Invictus Brewing to watch the game over there as our backup watch area because we're so busy here tonight.
Yeah, and what a blessing that is, right?
Yeah,
I mean, to
really
me, that is a absolutely huge thing that we've got going on here. And I kind of expected that we would have a crowd, but this is a bit more overwhelming than I expected, that's for sure. And I mean that in a very good way.
No, it's humbling. It's a good word for it, I think.
It sure is. And I think we should probably speak about, where we're at today, because I think that's the one thing where, the Super Rank provides this for us every single year.
Yeah. 8 years.
Go ahead.
8 years now they've been doing this.
Yeah,
Pete Carlson and his team, they just donate this area to us all night long.
Yeah, and it's amazing, and their support has just been amazing.
It has.
You take a bunch of us cops and civilians and try to put this thing together, and then we have to lean on people like Pete Carlson and his staff to really make this work really well.
But you know what's funny about that? You say lean on them. Mm-hmm. They've told us lean more. Yeah. We want to help you guys. We want to be a part of this. But there's something to be said about what these guys are doing as well, because there's a big community aspect just here. This is the largest place of this sort in the world, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, 300,000 square feet.
And they can make a lot of money by having people come in here for their business purposes, but they're giving it to us.
Yeah, which is amazing. And we'll be interviewing Pete Carlson, obviously, later in the game, so we'll talk to him and kind of get a feeling about what they do in this community, I think, is amazing. And the one thing I will say, our north suburb communities, the counties and the areas that come through here, they just do an amazing job. So I believe that, I apologize, we got people walking in front of us here. Maybe we're running out of room already, Wes. I don't know. So. But, people like Blaine, and you look at Chief Padani, and what they do and all of the kindness that they bring out there. As we look out onto the ice, we have our two UTVs out there. I think they're from Blaine and Lino Lakes. Right?
Yeah. It's
kind of adding a little pizzazz to our joint tonight, right?
Well, and it's also the reasons why we're here. I mean, those two parties specifically, but I think it goes beyond them. You think about those other men and women that are behind the scenes of these first responders. That also includes dispatchers. That includes paramedics. I mean, they're all a part of that first responder community. Those are the ones. I was doing an interview with Channel 5 earlier, and he goes, well, why do you do it? I'm like, because these men and women put their lives on the line every single day. Yeah. They do things at night when we're sleeping that we have no idea about. When we're at work during the day, they're doing things to make our community safe. We don't even know. Yeah. But we enjoy it. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. If you don't appreciate the safety we have because of these folks, there's something seriously wrong with it, in my opinion. But, I think, again, the night itself, I think, is what we need to talk about.
Yeah.
The Frontline Foundation.
Yep.
We've come alongside them now. As Guns N' Hoses Classic, we have trying to talk over the PA guy. I apologize. We've supported a lot of different causes throughout the years. And it's been kind of amazing. And this particular cause couldn't have come at a better time because the Frontline Foundation steps up and helps families well, let's just be honest with what happened last weekend. They've already stepped up a little bit, and I guess we're trying to help them step up even a little bit more.
Yeah, the Frontline Foundation has already gone out and said we're going to give the families of the Burnsville families that lost their loved ones this week, we're going to give them some financial support to bridge that gap between now and when the death benefits kick in. That's an important factor. People got to really think about why that is important. But they're turning around and giving this money to them because that's what they do.
Yes.
That's why they existed as an organization. That's why we do what we do, to give the money to an organization like that can make that difference.
Exactly. And you know what? I think that's just a huge part because we don't have that. Excuse me, I'm sorry. We had people walking in front of us here. I do apologize for that, but
it's all good.
Yeah, you know what? It's full. We
good.
love it. It's a great thing. There's not a problem with that.
Yep.
But I mean, to step up with an organization like that when they need that, right? I mean, this is one of those things where when people are coming to your aid in a particular spot like this, and we're going to have an interview with a gentleman here that you're going to see on ice here in just a moment with Officer Ryan Sheik, who is not only a board member of the Frontline Foundation, but he's also been a recipient. If you recall, a couple years ago, he was
shot in line of duty 2 years ago.
And the Frontline Foundation steps up and helps folks like that.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and I think we also need to recognize a very important sponsor of ours, the Centennial Youth Hockey Association. They've been a big part of this year. They stepped up to the plate and became our premier sponsor because I walked into that room and talked to them that night, and it was a no-brainer for them. They knew right after they heard what we do and why we exist that was something that they wanted to support. So
yeah, and you know what? When you run into people like that and go, yeah, this is a no-brainer. That's the type of people you want to associate yourself
Absolutely.
with.
Yeah, they're a great group of people.
Yeah, they really are, and they've done a great job for us. And the other thing, hey, folks, I know we're full in here tonight, but we only got about 20 more minutes before I think the puck drops.
Yeah.
Come on out and join us, right? Yep. And if you can't get in here, don't forget we're going to Invictus. Invictus Brewing is going to have a watch party, so if you want to go and join us there, and then the after party, right? We got to have a place to celebrate our successes, and we're going to be at Invictus Brewing. And thank you, Invictus, for pulling up beside of us also.
Yeah. Invictus is like I said, Previn, the owner over at Invictus, came over and said, hey, I know you guys are going to be really busy tonight, but we want to open our place up for you guys to have an overflow watch party over here. But because we know you're also raising money through the raffles and everything else, that doesn't happen over there. They're donating $1 for every beer sold, and Tipsy Steer inside the building there is also donating 10% of all food sales tonight.
That's fantastic.
Back to Guns N' Hoses so that we can make some money off the deal.
Yeah, I think that's just fantastic. So for us, it's more important about we want to make sure that what we're doing tonight is going to the right people.
Yeah.
And we have assured that through the Lionel Lakes Volunteers in Public Service, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
So as an organization, the Lionel Lakes Volunteers in Public Safety puts on the Guns N' Hoses event every year. And part of what we look at as well is how do we come alongside of different first responder organizations. But we also support different volunteer organizations within the Department of Public Safety so that these youngsters, as they're going through Explorers programs or the Reserves officers or whatever, the CERT program, the Trail Watch program, they all have the resources they need to be able to do our community some good things.
Yeah, and I think those things are hugely important as well, too. And, especially because we're talking about our future police officers here, right?
Yes, we are. Yes, we
are. I think that's kind of a cool deal, and I look forward to helping that out. And I don't know, should we tell them now?
Tell who now?
About our summer event?
Yeah, I think we should.
Do it.
All right, so we've been talking about this. We have Guns N' Hoses hockey every year for the last 8 years. On August 23rd, we're going to have our inaugural Guns N' Hoses golf tournament at Chamonix. It's going to be a great event. You can sign up here tonight. You can go online. We'll have some information on the Guns N' Hoses website, gnhnow.com, probably on Monday about it as well. But tonight was the introduction of it. There's people signing up to golf right now in the lobby.
That is absolutely phenomenal. Yeah. I am in on a foursome on that one. I love the cause, and I love to show people just how terrible of a golfer I really am.
I was going to say I can't golf, but I'll chase a ball around a pasture all day long.
Well, I tell you what, I keep my handicap with a calculator, so I totally understand that. Hey, another couple of quick notes I wanted to mention here. When we're talking tonight, one thing that has struck me. We've got this building is full of fans, full of supporters, but they're also full of policemen, and firemen, and you wouldn't know it unless you read their jacket. You wouldn't know who they are. I think the one thing that sometimes we forget is just regular citizens and human beings. That that person that might be sitting right next to you at Wise Guys Pizza might be a cop, and he might be cutting up the pizza for his kids just like you do, right?
Yep, absolutely.
These are human beings too, and sometimes I believe we forget that.
Well, and honestly, I've been a chaplain with the Lino Lakes Police and Fire Department for the last 8 years, and some of my best friends today are those firefighters and those police officers. They are people just like you and I. They have a job to do, but they just know, unlike me, my job doesn't put my life on the line every single day. They're willingly doing this every single day. And that's what's great about this, is that they're here, but you don't know it.
Yeah, and it's and I just, I obviously have gotten to be friends with a lot of police officers as well, and you forget that they're just regular human beings. That they don't go to bed with that uniform on.
No, they don't. They don't
right?
want that.
They don't get up and feed the kid with the uniform on, right?
No.
So we have to remember that these guys are humans too, and they're going through some grief process right now that I think is pretty significant.
All of them are. I mean, the Burnsville community specifically, and my heart goes out to them. Every single one of them, the families, the community, the department, the city, everything. But even those surrounding communities, we're up here in the North Metro. It has a deep impact. I was fortunate enough to ride in the processional when they took the 3 first responders' bodies from HCMC down to Minnetonka, and it was sad. Mm-hmm. But then I looked around, and I was so overwhelmed by the amount of support I saw. There were literally thousands of cars stopped on the highway. The occupants got out and were standing at attention with their hands over their heart.
Yeah,
the on-ramps, the off-ramps, the overpasses.
Every overpass.
Everything.
Yeah, that was amazing.
It just, to me, said, this is what it's all about. These people know.
Yeah, and I'm glad they know, because for a while there I don't think they did know, but now I think they will. So, and I was just I had a chance to talk to the guns coach this year, Chief Padani from Blaine, and he was telling me he was down there yesterday and paid his respects, and he said there was a lot of grief, a lot of sorrow, but he was absolutely amazed at the amount of people who came to pay their respects.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And to me, I think that's what we're about tonight. Not to take it down the negative road or the sad road, but that's what we're here tonight. We're here to support these folks.
We are. Can I jump into a little bit of a different twist on this?
Absolutely.
As we go throughout the game tonight, as the camera pans the arena or the rink, you'll notice on both sides of the rink, behind the goals, on the glass, you're going to see a Burnsville Firefighters Guns N' Hoses hockey jersey hanging on both sides. And if you look at the PA booth, there's a Guns N' Hoses Burnsville hockey jersey hanging in there as well. This whole game tonight is being dedicated to the Burnsville Police and Fire Department and their families and their community. And we also have those things hanging here just to remind everybody in this building that we're here for a lot of reasons, but Burnsville's on all of our hearts.
Absolutely, 100% on our hearts. And we certainly express our condolences to the 3 families and things and that type of thing. But I will tell you, it's if you could be here in this building tonight, it's not overwhelming excitement like we've had in the past. It's not that craziness. It's just a lot of love. I can't express that any other way than a lot of love. I try to keep people from walking in front of us.
It's
here.
all right.
I apologize.
Like you said before, there's so many people here. It's hard to kind of keep that.
I'll take this all day long.
Yeah.
That's for sure. So anyway, getting back to we got the our UTVs on the ice today. We're just about finishing up with our Zamboni ride. And in just a moment here, we'll be throwing it down as Officer Ryan Sheik from the White Bear Lake Police Department is joining us tonight. And he is not only a board member of the Frontline Foundation, but like we spoke of before, he's also a recipient. So if there's anybody that can talk about the benefits of what we're doing here tonight, it will be him. And I'm really excited when we get to that point to get him down there. And
if I can say, too, we are going to pause tonight. All the firefighters, all the police officers are wearing the patches for the Burnsville Police and Fire Departments on their helmets. We're also going to take a moment of silence tonight to recognize and to pay our respects to the fallen heroes
absolutely
in Burnsville.
A necessity tonight.
And then we're going to have the great pleasure to listen to Miss Carla Taylor get out there and just blow our socks off with the national
I'm going to tell you about this about Carla, because I won't be able to do it earlier, because she's about one of the best singers I know. Why this woman is not on American Idol, I have no idea.
She's too humble.
See. Oh my gosh, she's a very humble woman, but she's an amazing talent, and you're going to be really happy to listen to her. but she also is she's got a smile, $1 million smile,
gosh, yeah.
and a heart for God that is just amazing. So
Yeah.
we're really excited. They're just getting set up down there now, and once we get Officer Sheik down there, we're going to throw that down to ice side.
While we wait, can I just acknowledge our sponsors?
Oh, please do. They need to be acknowledged.
So I'm going to
that's
read
for
these
sure.
off the sheet because I don't want to miss any of them. We got, like I said earlier, Centennial Youth Hockey Association is our premier sponsor this year. Then we have the Blaine Super Rink, who donates this place to us. But outside of that, Tito's Homemade Vodka has been a sponsor. Suzanne Holt Norwex is a sponsor. The Kowalski's Markets, Invictus Brewing, Best Defense Armory and Range, Anderson Barbecue Supply, and County Road E, Lake Rob Anderson, Romainberg Marketing, State Farm Insurance, Chris Allis, Quick Trip, North Metro Television, who's making this broadcast possible right now, both on their channel as well as our YouTube channel, Letterman Sports, Norski Electric, Believe Apparel, All the Good Sports Cards, and St. Croix Cleaners, who, by the way, did a solid for us to get these jerseys clean for us this year.
And they were sitting in the evidence room, and they were not, let's just say they didn't smell good.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be here if we didn't dry clean them.
Well, we're just moments away from heading on down to rink side here to Officer Sheik. I think he's down there.
Yeah.
He might be just coming out right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we're getting close. I mean, I see the tunnels are filling full of smoke, so I think we're getting really close to that happening here.
We're definitely, if we're not getting close, something's on fire, and I don't think that's happening tonight, so I think we're good.
We got a lot of firefighters here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's throw it down to our pregame festivities down to ice level, where Frontline Foundation board member and beneficiary Ryan Sheik is about to speak.
White Bear Lake police officer and the Frontline Foundation board member and recipient, Officer Ryan Sheik.
I'd like to begin by thanking everybody for showing up and joining us here tonight at this great event, and just being here with your guys' donations and just being here supporting us. As most of you know, this week has been a tough week for Minnesota first responders, riddled with emotions and tragedies, and particularly close to home for me. And I can tell you firsthand with certainty that without the love and support of groups and foundations like Guns N' Roses, Frontline Foundation, people like yourselves who come in here supporting and donating to these causes, I don't know where my family and I would be. And so, I can say for certain, I know, and I've said this before, that when tragedy strikes and hits first responders, our lives come to a halt, a screeching halt. But the world around us doesn't stop. The world around us doesn't care that we still have things that we gotta do. We have mortgages we gotta pay, we got groceries we gotta buy. And that's just life, and I get it. But for us, it's particularly hard. And so, it's events like this that make a big difference for families like ours. And so, we thank you guys. And these donations and the monies that are raised by events like this provide immediate relief so that we as first responders, Minnesota first responders, can focus on healing and recovery as we walk through this new journey in life and what our new normal is. So on behalf of Minnesota's 60,000 first responders, who by the way, our husbands, our wives, our dads, mothers, sons and daughters, who selflessly serve our communities every single day. So, thank you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Officer Sheik. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're just minutes away from puck drop. Stick around as we celebrate the 8th annual Guns N' Roses charity hockey game.
All right, well, if that didn't catch you, I don't know what will. When you hear those kind of words out of people who actually have not only been served on the board of a nonprofit, and Wes, you and I both know how much time and how much effort we have to put into that. But when you also get to that point where you're actually a recipient for it, it's a pretty stunning thing, right? So
yeah, it really is.
I think that's a telltale sign there. Again, if that didn't tug at your heartstrings, we're actually going to have an interview with Ryan Sheik here in between the first and second period. So as we are clearing the ice here, we're going to be able to, we're going to go back down to our public address announcer, DJ Schools. He'll be down there, and we're going to have a really nice opening to this game and this evening tonight. And again, yes, we are feeling the hurt. We are feeling the sorrow. But I will tell you that, like I said, there is so much love. I am looking around this arena, folks. Every single corner of this arena has people standing on it. I mean, they are packed up right to the benches on the other side. It is an absolute...
They're circling the arena.
It's absolutely, the whole arena is absolutely circled. And if you look at the windows going out into the lobby is jam-packed. This is a testament to the people of Minnesota and how we do appreciate our officers and our fire folks here. And
doors ready to go, and bring out the teams.
And here we go, back down again to
everybody
DJ
to make some
School.
noise as they come out. So hang with me. We're going to surprise them with the loudest welcome to the ice in just a second. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the ice the Guns and the Hoses. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the NSC Super Rink for the 8th annual Guns N' Hoses charity game. This year's proceeds will again go to support the Frontline Foundation. At this time, please welcome to the ice the Blaine Police Department Color Guard. And at this time, we're going to bring out the mites, who are future police officers and firefighters. Bring the mites up. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to recognize the horrible tragedy that happened to our first responder community in Burnsville last weekend. Officer Paul Elmstrand, Officer Matthew Ruby, and firefighter paramedic Adam Finset were viciously taken from us last weekend. We would like to honor these true heroes with a moment of silence. Officer Paul Elmstrand, you will not be forgotten. Officer Matthew Boogie, you will not be forgotten. And firefighter paramedic Adam Finset, you will not be forgotten. Thank you. All right, and ladies and gentlemen, to perform tonight's national anthem, please welcome Miss Carla Taylor to the ice.
what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, and now, ladies and gentlemen, joining us for tonight's ceremonial puck drop will be the Frontline Foundation board member and recipient, White Bear Lake Police Officer Ryan Sheep. Captains, please come to the center ice dot.
As Officer Sheekwink makes his way out to center ice for that ceremonial puck drop. I do apologize, gotta kind of gather myself. That might be the most emotional national anthem I think I've been through in a long, long time. But we're about to get these proceedings started here, and Officer Sheik, again, at White Bear Lake Police Department, police officer who has actually been a recipient of the Frontline Foundation, out to drop the ceremonial puck.
You might want to help him back to the bench. It looks a little unsure on his
Hello
side.
everyone, I'm John Lordson. I do the Finding Minnesota segments for WCCO. I just want to say what an awesome turnout. As somebody who has family in law enforcement and family who are firefighters, this is unbelievable. To all the first responders, you are loved, you are respected, and we would be lost without you, to be quite frank. So I know it's been a tough week, but this turnout is unbelievable. So now I'm gonna try not to screw this up. It's just 3 simple words. We're gonna say, let's play hockey on the count of 3. Is everybody ready? Here we go, let's do this. All right, 1, 2, 3, let's
Play hockey.
Oh, there we got her going.
have fun.
WCCO's John Lauritsen turning to be a very good friend of law enforcement, saying the let's play hockey, and as we say now, let's light this candle and get this game going. So
Yeah, he just about didn't make it off the ice there. He just about fell over.
well, you know, they say ice is slippery. I don't know. I'm just thinking. So very excited to get this going. And once again, this year, Wes, very honored to be sharing a table with you. And let's have a little fun tonight and show these folks what charity really looks like, right?
Here we go. Look at this. We're about to face off. And the Fire.
Fire won the face-off. I'm telling you, I got good feelings about this year. So
Why do
Fire,
you think it's a good feeling this year?
I
Kurt?
just do. I've said it before, but I feel like the Fire have got a good team. I think they put a solid team on the ice, and I'll tell you what, that guy between the pipes has impressed me.
Yes, we went to I went to the tryouts they had, and He didn't let much through, and I noticed the police were paying attention to how good he
Yeah.
was.
Well, they better if they want to keep that streak alive. Now they have a pretty impressive streak, the Guns as well here, but looks like the Fire is certainly controlling it in the Hoses, and the Hoses strike first.
Oh my gosh!
A beautiful rebound off
was
of
that?
the back plexiglass, bounced right on the stick. And I'm guessing it was Brett McCreevy starting the scoring off, the captain, putting it out there and saying, hey, we are here.
He got pizza. They're bringing food over the fire. Or the
There
police.
you go. Oh, you know what? The Fire always have something, right? It is what it
See what
is.
they did? They just knocked the pizza onto the floor.
Yeah, they might need it later if they keep this up, so
think
we'll
that
see
guy-
what happens.
That's
All
awesome.
right, we got a 1-0 lead here for the Hoses early in the first period. And dropping the puck once again, the Guns control the puck this time at center ice, coming across, intercepted by the Hoses. And we got it right out in the front. It looks like we're going to have a little, I think we're going to have a lot of neutral zone play tonight. I just have a feeling.
14-22.
Oh, here we go.
Swenson at 14-22 for the Hoses.
So in the goal for the Fire tonight for Hoses is Clay Nestor. Clay actually drove down here 3 hours from Glenwood to be a part of this tonight. He just wanted to be so badly involved in this event, and he made the trek last night. Was up this morning early to be on the TV for different interviews.
Oh,
that were
that's
being done.
awesome.
And
Well-
for practice this morning at 5:30 this morning, and he's still here with bells on.
Yeah, and you know what? The cool thing is that all of these guys that are in this game, that are actually playing in the game, are invested in it. Financially invested in it a little bit,
Yeah.
but their hearts are in this game. I had a chance to go into each locker room and talk to a few of the folks, and I will tell you, this isn't just a pickup game. Or what is it that Herb Brooks said? This isn't a throwaway game in Rochester. They're serious about this. I think the Hoses are quite intent to break that streak, and the Guns are ready to defend. So this should be a great game tonight. And as you can see, again, this isn't pickup type stuff here. That was Ethan Johnson going in, and another goal by the Fire. The
2-0
Fire, the
early.
Hoses are on fire tonight. And that goal by Matt Drew of the Hugo Fire Department. Oh, and here we got the stop, drop, and roll. Oh, my goodness. I think they're going to see that a lot tonight. I feel good about it.
There's a donut on the ice.
Somebody threw a donut on the ice. Now, let's see which bench he takes it to.
Oh, he went neutral with it.
No, he went neutral. But
gave
we
it
got
to
a
the
donut
DJ.
on the ice. Got 2-0 lead by the Hoses coming up here. Again, pretty early. We're about 4 minutes into the game, 3 minutes into the game here. And the Hoses taking an early lead. I think they want to, I think they're going to establish their authority early today.
Scoring for the Hoses, number 2, Matt Drew. Assistant number 10, Joe Balke.
Joe Belke of Brooklyn Park getting that assist. We got his dad Tim sitting right in front of us tonight, so a happy papa sitting right in front of us. Little timeout on the ice. Looks like the puck left the ice, so we're heading on down to the gun zone here for a face-off. You got to kind of wonder what Chief Pedani has got going through his head right now with a quick 2-goal lead by the Hoses.
I think they're going to get a talk in the locker room.
Yeah, it might be. Dan Lallier sitting behind the Hoses bench has got to be pleased with the effort so far.
It's Dan Lawyer and Brian Finke.
Oh, goodness gracious! So we got some brass back there, is
He
what
brought
you're
them
saying.
all in, yeah.
That's pretty awesome. The Guns are controlling in the ice, and then it pops out to neutral ice. Oh, could have been a great breakout pass there, but defended well by the Guns. Coming back into neutral ice, dumping in down to the Hoses zone. Stopped there by Clay Nestor behind the goal. Cleared out by Brett McCreevy. Cleared it out into the gun zone.
DJ Schools here. I'm over in the press box, the penalty box. Don't forget now to check out those great raffle
Craig
items on the
Menny
lobby.
of the
The raffle
Lido
closes
Lakes
at the
Fire
beginning
Department
of
clearing
the
it out
third
as they
period.
have a quick
So
line
make sure you get
change.
your tickets and get your raffle
Looks like they
tickets
picked up on that
submitted
really well.
before the beginning of the third period.
Taking it
And
back.
breaking out of the zone for the Hoses is number 8, Andy Winkle. Andy Winkle taking it in, taking a shot from wide, stopped by Tony Nelson of the Minnesota State Patrol. Now, if I remember correctly, and I may not, but I think Tony was their goalie last year, and he put up an impressive game last year. So maybe he's just knocking a little rust off, and we're going to see a tough guy in net down there.
He
And
might have been here early this morning. Too,
Yeah,
but
that
so was
could-
Nestor, so that's no excuse.
Yeah, hey, it's even either way,
That's right.
When it snows for both teams, right?
That's right.
So down here in the Hoses end, rung around the back of the of the net and out of the zone. Played at neutral ice by number 11, Brandon Byrne, moving in, taking a shot. Another shot coming through. There was a rebound in there. It was stopped by Nelson. Great job by Nelson. Now back down into the Hoses zone. Out in between the circles, it is Josh Liebenow, Josh of the Washington County Sheriff's Office. Josh has been in this game for a long time, and Josh can play hockey, I can tell you that much. When he's out there, you got to keep an eye on Josh. Back behind the Hoses net once again, contested by the Guns. Stefan Weidenbach of the Anoka Champlin Fire Department clears it out into the gun zone. Back down into the Hoses zone once again. Now controlled by number 10, Joe Belke, taking it out. Back into the gun zone. Another shot deflected wide. Back to the point for Stefan Weidenbach again. Stefan, I hope I'm not screwing your name up too badly. If I am, you'll have to, shoot me later. I don't know, whatever. I apologize for that. Still down in the gun zone, controlled, we're not sure by who. I think it's kind of going back and forth here, but Nelson is captaining up that goal area very nicely. He looks like he's taking control and settled down just a little bit. So,
All right, I'm over here on the bench of the Guns. I got Coach Brian Perdani over here. We're down 2. What's the strategy of getting back
Shot.
in this game? What do you think?
by number 6, Scott Jorgensen.
We got to distract him with some shiny objects or something.
All right, shiny objects. I like that. Good luck, Coach.
Jackie Wagner of the Blaine Police Department out there. I think she's the only woman playing this year, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe you're no. I think you're right.
Yep, she might be, but Jackie, a very good hockey player, keeps that in. Oh, that was offsides, or tried to keep it out onsides. Didn't quite work. Number 2, Matt Drew, moving into the gun zone, heads it off to Joe Belke once again. And the Guns bring it out to neutral ice as they head into the Hoses zone. Nice shot from wide, stopped nicely by Clay Nestor. And Clay's again from Glenwood, right? Glenwood Police Department, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
That cleared
14-year
away.
member of the Glenwood Fire Department.
So he's got some experience on the truck and between the nets at the same time.
Well, he's got some experience as a dad, too. He's 4 sons, 3, 9, and 13.
Wow, so he's a
and
busy
15.
guy.
So, yes, he's got a
And
lot
he
going
came
on.
down to do this.
He did.
Holy
he
cow.
did. And his wife got the kids out of school early today so they could get here to get a seat in the arena.
Well, they had to get here early, too. And as you had mentioned a little earlier today, we opened up the doors early. This place was half full 15 minutes into doors being open.
We said the doors open at 4:30. At 4:15, it was already starting to pack up.
Yeah,
so.
it was. This is again, I cannot stress to you folks enough the amount of people in here tonight, and they are literally ringing the rink. They are surrounding the rink. They are up in the concourse area. They're looking through the windows. Every single seat in this place is jammed. It is packed, and it is packed with kids, with grandmas, with sisters, with mothers. It's amazing to see the age range out here tonight.
It is.
As we honor our Guns and Hoses once again this year.
Oh, that was another close one. I'm also understanding that the Invictus across the street has been seeing a number of people go over there to watch the game tonight because it's so full here tonight. So
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, if you can't get a seat in here, head on over to Invictus. They've got a great venue over there, especially a great venue for this viewing party. It's going to be great, and lots of great food. Really, really good drinks
beer.
they have over there. They have a drink over there.
Uh-oh.
And another goal by the
3-0.
Hoses. I would say that is announcing their presence with authority by all means. Uh-oh, here we go. What do they got going now? I have no idea what that was, but you know what? It's up to the Hoses. I'll tell you what, Brett McGreevy does a good job with getting this stuff going. I'll tell you, he organizes these little things they do, and yeah, it's pretty cool.
I don't know what that was either, but I'm pretty sure that it was offensive to the cops.
Yeah, it had to be, right? Because you know that they were going there anyway.
And I might not want to know what that was.
Yeah, exactly. We'll have to. That'll have to be a post-game interview, maybe.
Number 8, Andy Winkle.
Andy Winkle on the board from SBM,
Number 2, Matt Drew. Time of the goal,
and you're gonna have to refresh my memory. SBM, Spring Lake Park, Blaine, Moundsview Fire Department. So it's amazing the amount of fire departments we have here, folks. Hugo, Maplewood, Lino Lakes, Dayton, Lake Johanna, Forest Lake, SBM, North St. Paul, Brooklyn Park, Lino Lakes, Anoka Champlin, St. Anthony, and Glenwood, all being represented on the Hoses side. And we've got another icing coming up here on the gun side. Now check this out: Lino Lakes, Washington County, Blaine, Minnesota State Patrol. We have 3 officers here from Egan. The Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension is on roster. Anoka County, Lino Lakes. I mean, we've got these guys are coming from all over. This just isn't like I said, it's not that small pickup game from Lino Lakes and Blaine anymore. Oh, another quick shot off the side, blocked nicely by Clay Nestor. And we've got our first penalty of the match. We've got a slash, it looks like, on the Hoses. Number 15, that's Matt Meehan of SBM. He's going into the sin bin for 2 minutes on a slash. You know what? You got to protect your goalie, period. That's all you got to do. Sometimes you got to take that, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, what's your name? Ava's cheering for the Guns. Nice job.
Are we might have a TV timeout going on here. Oh, here we go. Wait, that's
Kenny
us.
Sign up for fire or police, and
There we go. So the Guns control in the Hoses zone, and they're on the power play, so they're setting up the power play nicely here. Deflected nicely by McDermott. Still kept in. And cleared down the ice by number 11, Brandon Byrne of the Lino Lakes Fire Department.
right.
Guns breaking out of their zone, coming across neutral ice and breaking into the zone, hoping to set up a nice power play here. Ringed around the back of the net. Back over to Kenny Sinna. I haven't seen Kenny in a while. I'm glad to see Kenny out and about, and I know he's a new father and is plenty busy at home, if I'm not mistaken.
I think I can say this, but they have another one on the way.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, they do.
Very cool.
And Kenny's shift changed a little bit, so he's adjusting to that, and he's about to go back to his normal times.
Oh,
and,
good.
Yeah,
Good.
so I'm sure there's lots of adjustment going on in that household.
Well, for you folks who know Kenny, if he's your policeman in your neck of the woods or your neighborhood in Lino Lakes, Kenny's a great guy, and if you ever want to talk fishing or hockey with a guy, that's a guy that you can talk with forever about that stuff.
Very humble man, too.
Yeah, he
Very
really
good guy.
is. He's a good human being, like they all are. I can't say there's one person out here I wouldn't say that about, right?
That's right.
So Hose is having a hard time breaking out and getting it out of their zone here on the power play. Now on the power play, we got a shorthanded opportunity in the Guns zone we got about 20 seconds left on the penalty. So far the Guns having a hard time getting their proverbial act together, I guess you might say. But not to take anything away from the Hoses. The Hoses are playing some great hockey out here tonight.
They seem to have a little bit more zip in their step
Yep.
tonight.
What did they say for Mystery Alaska? They got a little jump.
Yes.
I think they got something to prove. I'm excited to see what happens here, and this is gonna end up being a great game. We all know that. There's no ifs, ands, or about it. That Hoses now back to full strength, so we're 5-on-5 hockey here at the Super Rink in in Blaine, Minnesota. And again, if you haven't been out here, you got to check this place out. This is a destination hockey rink. Trust me, they do a great job out here.
Was that full strength, the Pac-Man power-up song?
I think so, yeah. DJ Schools doing his thing down in between the penalty boxes tonight. We certainly appreciate him coming out and joining us tonight.
Does that make me old that I just said that?
Yes,
I
it
kinda
does,
feel
but that's
old.
okay because I'm older than you, so we're good. Yeah, we're all right. Puck laying there, hoses pick it, or excuse me, the Guns pick it up. Try to work it into the hoses zone, which they do. Matt Paulson behind the net. No, that wasn't Matt Paulson. That was Nate Heyman behind the net. Nate and Matt, for those folks who may be just joining us for the first time, Nate and Matt actually started this 8 years ago as a, hey, let's just go play some hockey and raise a few bucks. And I had a really nice chance to chat with them both beforehand. I said, no, you guys don't realize these great things start out in that little way, right? Hey, let's just go raise a few bucks. Now look where we're at
They
today.
said, let's see if we can pay for the ice fees and make a few bucks to boot for our first responders. And yeah, like you said, they went from a couple $100 to here we are tonight.
Yeah.
Tonight, I think tonight's gonna be a record-setting night. I really do.
Yeah, I do too. I absolutely do. But Nate, as you all know, both Nate and Matt are both very humble guys. So they were having a really tough time taking the compliment from Kirk tonight. I can tell you that much. So. All right, we got the puck coming out. It is in the neutral zone. I can't see in that corner. I do apologize. Oh, now we got it back out in the neutral zone. Guns kind of breaking out here, coming through. Controlled by Paulson over on the hoses end there. Back out the center ice. An opportunity for Mike Swenson of Forest Lake coming in. And he was stymied by Tony Nelson.
We got 2.5 minutes left. Is that what it says? 3.5 minutes or 2.5. I think
Yeah,
it
we can't
says.
see that. I can't see the timer here. So I'm gonna have to go for the horn and see what happens. So we'll take it from there, right?
Hey, while we're doing this, before we get to the end of this period, I just want to recognize our friends that are sitting right next to us here from North Metro TV of making us all possible tonight. They come out and support us with the goodness of their hearts, and we really appreciate them.
And I will tell you something. You know, you talk about North Metro, and they're a small, maybe cable company, stuff like that. But I will tell you, they are as professional as anybody else out there.
Yes, they are.
I mean, I mean, excuse me, Nelson with a fantastic save down there, keeping the Guns in this game. But yeah. Wow, moving right across.
no.
And a goal by number 10, Joe Belke.
With a minute 13 left.
Wow. They are certainly sending a message, that's for sure. Joe Belke of the Brooklyn Park Police Department. And again, it looks like we got CPR going on down on the ice. That was a heart-stopping goal, wasn't it? That was fantastic.
They're just rubbing it in.
I hope, you know what? I hope they got like 10 or 12 of those tonight. That'll be fun to watch. So, way to go, Joe Belke. Proud Papa and Mama sitting right in front of us here at in the television booth. But great job and wow, what a way to wake us up a little bit.
Team Guns didn't seem too impressed.
Yeah, I don't think so, but they better get their act together.
Joe Balke, number 113. That's Balke unassisted for the hoses.
And it looks like we got about a minute left in this period, so we'll see what the Guns can kind of react a little bit and kind of get a little maybe get a little mojo going for the next period. So, and a nice just wide shot by Josh Libano. Again, if you are the Hoses, you are keeping an eye on Josh Libano because that guy can score. He can score in bunches, and I'll tell you what, he's going to be he's going to be a factor before this game's over. I can promise you that much. So.
We've got former Wild player Nate Prosky here signing autographs.
And we are in neutral zone controlled by the hoses once again.
As well as doing autographs just inside the door by the concession stand. Mr. Nate Prosser. from
And a
Minnesota Wild.
shot from the point by number 7, Mike Swenson. Turned away once again by Tony Nelson. As we come to the final seconds of this period, and this period wraps up and is finished up. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a game. We got a 4-0 lead by the hoses here at the end of the first period. Ladies and gentlemen, stick around because we are going to have a special interview that you're not going to want to miss with Ryan Sheik, again, the White Bear police officer who's both a recipient and a board member of the Frontline Foundation. So we're very excited to get him out here and get him going. So we're kind of this was a little bit of a shock. I'm not going to lie to you. Hey, check this out. The police and the fire, they're throwing out T-shirts into the crowd, which is really cool. Now this might be an indication for the guns, but I'm pretty sure one guy hit the plexiglass. You know, when we're in hockey, if you hit the plexiglass with a puck and you don't get it over, we make fun of you. So we'll make some fun of those guys. It'll be fun. So I'm going to turn it over to Wes to just maybe go over some sponsors here so I can get set up for our interview. Wes, 4-0.
4-0, unbelievable.
Have we seen this before? This is the first time.
Well, did you notice the donut does represent a 0? So
Yeah, exactly.
I have a feeling to figure that one out. But.
Absolutely.
Run this chuck-a-buck.
All right, so the Chuck-a-Buck's about to happen here, and I just want to go one more time through our sponsors to make this event possible tonight. Our premier sponsor is Centennial Youth Hockey Association. Couldn't do this without their support. We also have the Blaine Super Rink making this whole event possible by giving us this space for the night or the day, pretty much. Tito's Homemade Vodka, Suzanne Holt Norwex, Kowalski's Markets, Invictus Brewing Company, Best Defense Armory and Range, Anderson Barbecue Supply, Lake Rob Anderson, Romainberg Marketing, State Farm Insurance, Chris Allis Office, Quick Trip, North Metro Television, Letterman Sports, Norski Electric, Believe Apparel, All the Good Sports Cards, and St. Croix Cleaners. And here we go over to Kirk Purcell and Ryan Sheik.
3, 2, 1.
All right, so we're here tonight. We're honored to be joining us tonight is Officer Ryan Sheik of the White Bear Police Department. Thanks for joining us tonight, Ryan.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
Hey, tell me a little bit about you. Now, where are you from? Where'd you grow up? Tell me a little bit of who you are.
Sure. Yeah, I am a hometown boy to White Bear, so go Bears.
Wait, bear or dolphin? You look way too young to be a dolphin. All right.
Give back White Bear Mariner days. I
Yeah,
tell you.
exactly.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Exactly.
sir. Yeah, so grew up in White Bear, went to college in-state as well.
Okay.
And so, us White Bearians, we always find our way back to White Bear
Yes, we do.
somehow or some way. And so, I did corporate America for about 11 years before I did get into this profession for policing. And so, when I made that switch, it was something that I thought long and hard about, but it was certainly something I knew that I wanted to do. I mean, even from a little kid, and many people have heard this, but even when I was a kid, I would hear sirens and I'd jump on my bike and go to try to chase them down. Now, my success rate wasn't that good, but just hearing those sirens and it just lit something up inside of me. And so I always knew, as cliche as it is, I always knew this is what I wanted to do. And so when I made that transition, I was very thankful and blessed, and so here we are.
And get back into White Bear
Get
Lake. How
back
cool
into
is
White
that,
Bear
right?
Lake. That's right.
So if you don't mind if I take us back a couple of years, because not only are you a board member of the Frontline Foundation, we're going to talk about that in a little minute here, but you actually have been a recipient.
Yes.
We had a tragedy a couple years ago now where you actually were
about
injured
13
on the
months.
job.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes,
sir. Not that we need to get into those details, but how did the Frontline Foundation step up for you and your family?
Yeah. So, of course, like you had mentioned and alluded to, I have a kind of a unique perspective regarding Frontline Foundation. Of course, I'm on a board member and then also a recipient of that. So it gave me a unique view into what it really means to be a board member and a recipient. And, like I said, mentioned on the ice, in times of tragedy, and these setbacks that we have, life doesn't stop.
That's
right?
true.
And a lot of those are financial things that keep moving forward. And to receive the relief, the financial relief, to be able to just continue and do life, if it's, you know, whatever expenses, or to supplement. And in our case, one of the big ones was my wife or our spouses have to take time off.
Sure.
And we have to supplement that income and to take care of us, to help us through the road of recovery and get back on our feet. So it's a very important aspect of this journey that we have to recover and to heal. So that's how Frontline Foundation and Guns and Hoses and these type of events and groups really give back.
Sure, and I think sometimes we forget as just citizens, right? You know, we have to step up and help the officer.
Yes.
We have to step up and help the family, right? Because your backbone, and I've heard you say this, your backbone is your wife, right?
Yes,
I mean, she's and the mortgage doesn't stop, right?
right.
And the car payments don't stop.
That's right.
So it's important to have that. But I think it's important for people to understand it's not just about you.
Yeah.
It's about your family, right? And tell me a little bit about your family.
Yeah, so I've been married to my beautiful wife, Amber, going on 19 years this year.
Very nice.
And we got 3 kids, Donovan, 14, Sydney, who's 12, and Weston, who's 10.
Nice.
So, you know, family's everything to me.
Yeah.
And we're everything to each other. And so, you know, it was a devastating blow to our family during my incident. And I can only imagine what the families of Burnsville are going through right now.
Yeah, terrible tragedy.
I've been so fortunate and so thankful just to be here talking with you, because it could have been so easily been a different scenario here today. And so I'm just so thankful. But those families in Burnsville, we're praying for them, and they're on our hearts and minds.
That's makes this a tough day, but it makes this an inspiring day.
Yeah.
What do you think as we look around this rink tonight? The amount of people, the pure amount of people that are here tonight to support these first responders. Here's a question I have for you. How do we let every single first responder in this state know this?
Yeah.
How they should know that these people are here to support you, right?
Yeah.
I think that pendulum is swinging. What do you think?
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I wish all of us could be here to experience this. You know, I'm not going to be able to describe it accurately and fairly. The energy here is amazing. You can just feel the support in this room and the love for our profession and our first responders. It's incredible, and I'm just so thankful and honored to be a part of this event. I'm honored that Guns and Hoses has selected Frontline Foundation to be a partner with in this. And so, you know, there's a tremendous amount of support and love. If you're not feeling it, it's there and it's real. And we just thank everybody for coming out tonight and being here.
Yeah, how could you like bottle this up and send
That's
it to
right.
every single
Impossible.
person, right? I mean, you can't do it. But
Yeah.
Ryan, thank you so much for joining us tonight. So happy that you're back on the men. So happy you're back protecting all of us, and we certainly appreciate everything you do for us, sir.
Yeah, appreciate you guys.
All right,
Thank you.
God bless, man.
Yeah, same.
We'll send it back over to Wes for just a moment, and then we'll bring in our next interview here in just a moment.
So schools, premier professional.
All right, here we are. We got about 9 minutes and 15 seconds before the second period starts, and Kirk Posell is going to sit down with, I believe,
I was talking with
Rob Rafferty, the mayor of Lino Lakes, here next.
the Flames.
Yeah, I can't believe 4-0.
They came out, I don't know what
I've got a feeling that
but it was a little awkward.
Captain Padani is probably having a few words with the team in the locker room right now. I got to imagine, you
Do
know.
you think that their celebrations, their goal celebrations,
Probably not what
are
they
getting in
expected
their
or
head?
wanted right now. So we'll see what happens. But Kirk is about to sit down with Rob Rafferty, the mayor of Lino Lakes, and they're at the table now. So I'm going to turn it back over to them.
There's literally 24 donuts back here that got thrown. I have no idea where they came from, but they came flying back here.
All right, here we are with Mayor Rob Rafferty of Lino Lakes. He was kind enough to join us today. You know, this is where I get a little emotional about this, right? Absolutely. Here you are as the mayor of our town. 8 years ago, 2 of your officers from the Lino Lakes Police Department decided to start this just on a whim.
Yeah.
And here we are tonight. How proud are you of that? What kind of pride does that bring to your community?
You know, the amazing thing, Kurt, is I talked to Matt and Nate both, who started this program. And, you know, they were trying to just do a thing. Let's just get together and see if we can raise a few bucks, you know, by doing a charity baseball game. They did that and had fun, and they said, well, you know what? We're a bunch of washed-up hockey players. Why don't we try that? And they did. And things started falling into play, and it's like Pete Carlson, he's a director here at the Super Rinks. He made a comment. He goes, well, why don't you, instead of changing your dollars and cents, just keep the dollars the way they are, but we'll take and cover that, and then you can give it all to charity.
Yep.
So Mr. Carlson, they couldn't talk highly enough about him and what the Super Rink has allowed them to do. This thing has grown only because of these efforts of, you know, the police department and all of the different communities getting together and just having fun.
And let's talk about that for a moment. As a mayor, we don't really get to see the inner workings of public safety, right? You get to see that, and you have to answer the tough questions about budgeting and that kind of thing. But what kind of consortium do you guys have of mayors to work together and make our community safer as a group, and instead of it being just Lino Lake, just Anoka County, you know, that kind of thing?
Well, one thing for sure, when it comes to the police department, we're second to none, and I have to say the same thing for all of the other departments too. Whether you're in Blaine, or Centennial, Hugo, with the sheriff's department, all of these groups do work together as one at the end of the day. And then you have the fire services. If there's a structural fire or something to that effect and there's a need, there's a common goal with each of the departments. Doesn't matter where the fire is, where can we go, how can we do this to help? The dollars and cents in the budget are just a critical thing all the time, but you know what? First things first. We have taxpayers that are expecting it. When there's an issue, they're expecting to be there. It doesn't matter if it's fire or if it's the police. And really the citizens of Lino Lakes, as well as Centerville and Circle Pines, Blaine, Spring Lake Park, Mounds View, all of them the same. They understand that does cost a premium sometimes. What's a premium? Premium is the safety. That's what we want.
Absolutely.
Plain and simple all the way around.
So do you work with, or do you communicate on a regular basis with, like, the Hugo mayor, the Centerville mayor? Do you guys have conversations about how do we make this better?
Well, we're actually going through the process of doing some of those different things right now. The effort is literally, I've done a lot of conversations with the Hugo mayor for sure, but there again, that's Washington County. When you throw another county in there,
sure, adds a little bit to the mix, right?
It does add to the mix.
Yep.
D. Love from Centerville and Dave Bartholomew, they're both in Circle Pines and Centerville. I don't know that we shouldn't have conversations. We should have probably more, but yes, we have. I mean, Centerville is completely surrounded by Lino Lakes, and you know the police force over there is Centennial, but again, we have such high regard for the men and women that are serving both departments. Doesn't matter what the departments are. Fantastic opportunities for each of the communities, but at the same time, there is a slight difference. We have cross-train model in Lino Lakes that creates another level of more complexity. But those are the things we're trying to look at and find out. This worked really well for 7 years, 8 years. Do we need to look at that again? You know, that type of thing.
Absolutely.
So it's kind of always, it's like anything. It's like this game. This game and the crowd, it has evolved in 8 years. It's a moving thing. It's, you know, the book changes, and that's what we're doing too.
Absolutely. That's fantastic. So I'm going to set you up with a softball before we finish this interview.
Okay.
Your proudest moment as a mayor of Lino Lakes, what is it?
You know, getting elected by the people is extremely proud for me. Trying to look at the dollars and cents. We've got great individuals. We've got a community of development that's going on, and it's continuing to grow. The Lynn Bloomston opportunity that we have there in the assisted living housing, different areas like that. The proudest moment is there again. We just recently, I'll just say it like it is, we just purchased 2 fire tenders at an extremely expensive cost. But you know what? That's what the dollars are for. They're because the taxpayers deserve what needs to be done to take and protect their investment in the community. And I see it all the time. as far as what's happening. I mean, the equipment these days and the men and women that serve, they don't get enough credit for what they do.
Absolutely. Could not agree with you more. Now, I have to say this. Thank you so much for joining us today, Rob. We really appreciate you and certainly appreciate you as a constituent, since I'm a Lino Lakes resident. But I will tell you that I'm really happy that you came today. I forgot exactly what I was going to say here, but thank you. I know, right? It's like, maybe we're getting older, right?
Yeah,
That's what it is. So, well, thank you so much for coming out and joining us today. And we're going to throw this back over to Wes and oh, I know what I was going to say. I got it now. See, the age thing's coming back in. So the mayor of Lino Lakes comes into this stadium, and the only seat he can find is a standing room only seat. And I got to tell you, I feel pretty good about that.
You know what? It might be one of the best seats in the house, and now I've lost it.
Yeah, because you're here, right? So thank you so much, Mayor. I appreciate your time. God bless you. And we'll turn this back over to Wes. And that was Lino Lakes Mayor Rob Rafferty. He's a good guy. He's a straight-up dude. I really like and enjoy talking with Rob. But we're going to get back to this second period here coming up here just moments away. And I'm going to throw it back over to Wes Peterson and let him fill in until I get over there.
All right, well, you're about 4 feet away from me, so that's not going to take very long. Well, the ice has been cleared off. The nets are going back out, and we're getting ready for the second period to start in about 1 minute and 40 seconds. Yeah, what a great night so far. And I'm getting word from Invictus again that they had a crowd over there like you wouldn't believe. And
oh, really? Over at Invictus?
Yeah, I was just
awesome.
so blown away at the turnout tonight. I mean, this is not about you or me. This is not about the people that are out in the lobby making all the raffles happen. This is about every first responder out there. And
well, you look to the left of it. You look to the right of us.
Yeah.
We've got uniformed officers over here. We've got police people over here. We got people that need hugs. Go ahead. You
I got
your
plenty
hugs.
Of cord here.
You got it. I got you. Wes has got hugs coming in, and it is about that. The spirit about what we're doing here tonight, folks, is so. I can't even tell you. When I came to this rink today to come here and set up, I came to this rink expecting a lot of stress, a lot of sorrow, a lot of sadness. I expected that. I'm not going to lie to you, folks. I am so inspired by what's going on in here tonight. There is not an empty seat in this house. The lobby is full. All the chuck-a-pucks have gone. We've got a heck of a hockey game going on here, too. And to me, that's what's important here. I mean, this is about the Frontline Foundation.
Yeah.
This is about getting those folks more money so they can help more people, right? I mean, that to me, I'm just absolutely inspired by that. It is, it's about our community. These people protect our communities. As we read down the fire roster, as we read down the guns roster, right? You look at these things. These are communities all over the Twin Cities and, quite frankly, the state. Minnesota State Patrol here. Bureau of Criminal Apprehension is here. We are protecting these folks. We need to do a better job. We need to be better as community people and protecting our officers and our fire people.
Well,
I just totally believe
the
that.
narrative right now is when something happens, it hits the news, and sometimes it comes across as being anti-police.
Yeah.
But wait for the full story. Don't be so quick to jump to judgment on things. There's always more to the story. As Dr. Phil used to say, there's always another side to a pancake. So let's wait for those facts to come out.
Yep.
Anything you hear. But these people are just like you and I. Anybody listening right now, they're just like them. They're all a part of they have families. They're somebody's son, daughter, husband, wife, child, whatever it might be.
Yep.
They're human beings.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's drop this puck, and we'll continue that conversation a little bit here. And we've got a 4-0 deficit coming for the reigning champions here, the Hoses. So they're going to try and start this period off quickly. We move into the gun zone, and then tipped out to neutral ice. Josh Libano, again, you got to watch Josh. Every time he's on that ice, you got to keep an eye on him because he's a scorer. He can put the puck in the net, and when that puck is down in the Hoses zone, boy, I'll tell you right now, you got to keep an eye on him. But they clear it out. Puck coming out to Mike Swenson. Mike making a shot into the net, got behind the net. Pops back out to Andy Winkle. Andy Winkle pops it in. I'll tell you what, Tony Nelson has certainly got his work cut out for him today so far. And the Guns make a long ice pass, and they go into the zone. It was offsides by just a hair. So we'll bring that outside the neutral zone and get that face-off done here. The one thing I was going to say, the one thing that we forget about as human beings is that these people have to make really split-second decisions, and then we get to sit back and criticize them forever, right? It's like an NFL football referee. Did he catch the pass or did he not catch the pass? Well, he has to make a split-second decision on that, and then we go and we review it, over and over and over and find out he might be wrong, right? Yeah. Well, it's be a public safety official. You have to make a split-second decision almost every day, right? Yep. And we have to have a little grace for that, and these people have good judgment, and you got to respect that.
Sorry, Kirk, when you were talking a little bit ago, I was behind your back trying to get the mayor to dance with his hands up to that last intermission song. I got him to move a little bit, but... Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. The Hoses are back on top.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Let's see. That must have been scored by Blake Risner of Dayton. What are we doing here? Uh-oh. I don't know if he's got something planned or not, but something looks – we might be a little amiss here. What is going on? Oh, maybe looks like Blake needs a breather. We're not sure. He scores a goal. He needs a break, I guess.
I thought they were going to put one of their other guys in the goal instead of a goalie for a second there.
Yeah, really. That would have hurt, right? Hoses up 5-0 in the second period. The Guns control the face-off at neutral ice, but they break back in to the Guns zone. Number 10, Joe Belke taking a shot, a really sharp angle shot there. Coming back over onto Belke's stick. And he puts it out to the point and then back in behind the net.
And the stick handling was looking pretty good.
Boy, I'll tell you what, they look like they got their mojo going right now, that's for sure. Meehan out at the point, coming back behind again. Meehan back on the point again, keeping it in for the Hoses.
Jackie Wagner taking it out, trying to get it out of the zone.
Yeah, you know what? I think she's had enough of that business, so she's got that out, and looks like we hit a player on the way out. But Jackie Wagner holding her own out there. Jackie, part of the Blaine Police Department. They've got some good representation on this team this year.
All right, at the end of this period, when we do Chuck-a-Puck, the winner's going to go to the table just inside the door up top where you bought your Chuck-a-Puck.
All right, the Guns again. We got an opportunity here, a quick one. Oh, no.
Yeah, poked away.
In between the legs. I think he was trying to get a little fancy with that one. And icing is waved off as it was touched on the way by. So the Hoses bringing it back down, and now we will have an icing. So to kind of build on what we were talking about before, it is kind of an unfair world when we have to, make split-second decisions, and then we get to criticize them for the next several weeks, right? I feel so terrible for the Minnesota Highway Patrolman who was what was he doing? That was a split-second decision.
Yeah, it was.
Those things just, you got to know they're doing the right thing, And I do believe in it, to be honest with you. Comes back down. I don't think it's going to be long enough to go icing, but we're back. Guns picking it up behind the Brett Westbrook from the Minnesota State Patrol out there tonight. Brett actually is part of our organization that we funded last year, Protectors Peak, right?
It was, yes. In fact, one of the other gentlemen just walked by from Protectors Peak, a little bit ago.
Yeah, you know what? It really does become a block shot. Beautiful save
Nestor.
By Nestor. He's pulling up big because he was certainly screened on that shot, saw it at the very last second and pulled it out. So, they were. It's fun because you get to meet all of these people, and they're all good people, right? They're doing good things. Good people do good things,
yes,
right?
They do every day. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's fun to run into those folks, and honored to know all of them. To be honest with you, Brett being one of those. So.
Yeah, Brett just started to...
I think Brett just hooked that guy and got away with it, to be honest with you.
Brett just started a new job. I think he's working for the government now, so it's a new thing for him. And
good
he's still
for
a
him.
firefighter, but trying to learn get his legs under him in his new role as well.
That's awesome. That's very cool. And we got the play down through the neutral zone once again, controlled by absolutely nobody. But we'll get somebody to control it here soon. Back in the we got a penalty coming up on the Guns. So the Hoses are setting up a strategy to move down the ice and use that extra player. But looks like somebody's going to the sin bin here. Let's see who that is. That is number 11, Matt Paulson.
Matthew Paulson.
No. Matt went to the bench.
Oh, okay.
I got to figure out who's going to the. Of course, we all look at Matt right away. That had to be Matt.
Well, he'd be a likely choice.
Okay, so what do we got going on here? We got a little discussion going on here. What are they going to do for him here?
What are they doing?
Oh, they're patting him down. I don't know if you guys can see that on camera, but the referees
They got him in cuffs.
just patted down Brett Westbrook. I knew he was going to get caught because I know he hooked the guy down here already. I knew he hooked him, but it had to be coming, right? Oh, goodness, Brett. God love you, man. You're awesome.
I love the refs got into that. That was great.
That's what this game is about. Smiling, laughing, having a good time.
I mean, these guys and gals, I should say, they all want to win, right? They all want to hoist that Valor Cup at the end of the night here.
Absolutely.
But they're doing it for the reason that we're here tonight, too. So,
And we got Sinna and McDermott facing off here down in the gun zone. Let's see who controls it. It looks like the Guns are controlling it.
With Brett Westbrook,
Bringing
who
it
just got a
around.
penalty. He got frisked.
And
got sent to the
kept
penalty
into the
box.
zone
What
by
exactly happened on the ice out here, Brett?
the Hoses.
He didn't do nothing. Normally there's not an interview with the criminal, but he didn't do nothing, and I'll tell you what, I'm going to believe him, because that's Mr. Brett
And we're
Westbrook.
coming. Whoa. Wow.
swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss right there. For Kyle McDermott had a shot at kind of a close angle goal or shot, but he took it anyway and
That's
lets
out.
one rip into the net.
Well, they knocked the jersey off the glass.
Well, apparently maybe they're sending a message now, huh? No, that's all right. So it's funny.
Yeah.
Brett saying he didn't do anything. I've been announcing sports for 38 years. I've never known anybody to go to the penalty box and been guilty. Not one of them. And back into the zone is Brandon Byrne controlling the puck at center ice. It rolls into back to center ice, I guess. We'll start there and breaking into center ice now. Here we go. We have, can't read his number for some reason. Battling along the boards. Comes out to the point and a shot by number 8, Andy Winkle.
Oh, here we
now
go.
we got an opportunity, a 2-on-1, an odd man rush coming up.
Oh.
And just a little bit outside. Yes, I said it, folks. Just a little bit outside. Jordan Wardell. Excuse me, Josh Liebenow was going to see that one in his sleep because he had a lot of net to shoot at there. Guns are bringing it, or Hoses are bringing it back up. Takes a shot from outside the blue line, easily stopped by Tony Nelson.
Another update, Coach. Tell us what's going on here in the second
And I don't
period,
know
your
what
strategy is here.
Reggie Larson's doing down there, but trying to get the whistle to blow. I'm like, what are you, tired?
Yeah,
You need a
Reggie
blow
Larson
or
is
what?
a canine officer for Blaine, and it looked like he was trying to act like his canine
Like his
there
dog?
for a second. They're on all fours. I don't know what he was doing.
Sit.
He's getting talked to by the ref right now.
Yeah.
So,
What are you doing? Seriously, come on now. You can't cover that up. All right, we're going to bring the face-off back down into the Guns end here once again. Looks like we got Jorgensen pulling up there for the Guns. Not sure what the conversation is.
I think they're thinking about putting him in the sin bin.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. Hey,
that-
I always like to do this when I'm announcing other games. Hey, you know what? Let's go to Applebee's for dinner tonight. Nah, I don't want to go to Applebee's. How about, let's go to Wise Guys. We'll take Wise. Nah, Wise
I
Guys
think
great
MC's
pizza.
Tap House, that's a good place too.
Yeah.
you know?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Right. We got a lot of them here in this area.
We do, and
A
I
lot
hear
of-
we're getting a Culver's.
Really? I could use a Culver's.
I could use one. I don't need one,
Yeah.
but I could use one.
Yeah, the difference between want and need, really nothing.
It's like a burger with cheese or a burger without cheese.
Yeah,
That's all.
exactly. So I honestly, folks, I cannot tell you what is going on down there or what they're talking about or what's going to exactly happen here. They're sending another cop is going into the sin bin. Looks like Reggie Larson from Blaine. Oh, he's stopping. Oh, he's doing a little jawing over there on the hoses bench. The Jeopardy music finally comes on. Get in the bench.
Reggie is a great guy. He is a fantastic human being.
Yeah. He took a penalty. It's okay. Life goes on. So we have got a 5-on-3 advantage here for the Hoses. Let's see if they can take advantage of it, increase that lead a little bit here. Looks like they got a pretty nice looking power play set up here. Puck is moving nicely. A lot of tape-to-tape passes, so we're looking good. Oh, and a nice tip up front. A beautiful save by Tony Nelson. Great job, Tony Nelson. He might pull you over on the freeway, but he's stopping pucks tonight. That's all right. We like him. All right, we've got Jorgensen and Belke up on the face-off. The face-off was won by the Guns, and then they laid on it. I don't know why they did that, but they did. Now controlled by the Hoses, number 13 over there, Stefan Weidenbach.
Oh, knocked it out.
Taking a shot. And now back out to center ice and back into the Hoses zone is Joe Belke. Going to set up another, again, we have now a 5-on-4 advantage for the Hoses. Not a bad power play kill or penalty kill for the Guns. They're doing a pretty good job.
I think we had a tripping
stick.
center ice that nobody caught.
Belke keeping it in, moving out behind the net. What's he got going on here? He's a really good stick handler. In fact, he just got rid of looks like Nick Ellens's stick. Not only is he a good stick handler himself, but he gets rid of the other guy's stick. It's easier that way. Coming back down the Hoses, coming back down the rink now into the neutral zone, popping down into the Guns zone. Two Hoses and a gun behind the net. You don't say that very often. Another shot from wide out. Oh, and a nice rebound opportunity. That puck bounced off the. Oh no! Goodness gracious! That a rare miscue by Nelson. He he left a pretty decent rebound out there, but he covered up. So I guess it doesn't count. Doesn't matter. He made a mistake anyway. It didn't score. It didn't score, right? For everybody, and I want you to be part of it, because I will tell you, the feeling you get when you help others is so powerful. And it doesn't matter that you're sitting on a board of directors. It doesn't matter if you're out here volunteering. It doesn't matter if you're out doing things. You can feel good about making a donation and making that dollars count.
No matter what the size of that donation is.
It could be $1. I don't care.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. This is what it's all about, folks. Really participating in your community. And it leaves the gun zone, so the Hoses got it back out. Now we got a full strength, so let's see if they can kind of take advantage of a full strength, but it doesn't look like they're doing that right now as we got Mike Swenson moving in.
Another
goal! Wow, he snuck that in there over his shoulder, didn't he?
That was right under his arm.
Oh, is that what? Oh,
yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful goal. I don't know what to say here. I'm a little. Here we go. Now they're celebrating with their fans. They know what they're doing out there. That is awesome. So a goal by, I believe that was Mike Swenson, wasn't it?
I think it was, yes.
Swenson on the goal, and the Guns are now down 6-0. So we're kind of getting into it here tonight. This is interesting.
The trophy's gone. Did they take it out for engraving early?
Yeah, they might have. Yeah, they took it over the engraver already. Don't assume, but that's okay. 6 goals, pretty good lead, that's for sure. So, and it's a different attitude. Like their passes are crisp. They're defending well. I mean, let's be honest. And I mean, don't get me wrong. I think Nestor's had some great saves tonight.
Yeah.
But they've really kind of taken a little pressure off of him. I mean, the defense has been really good down on that end. And we're breaking out at neutral ice again. Here come the Hoses. They bring it into the Guns end, and a shot over the net, and then brought over by Ethan Johnson, cleared out of the zone and back into the Hoses side. We might have. Oh, this does. Oh goodness, they might have had a shot at that one. They're still rolling around out there. A little miscue by one of the Hoses, left the puck out empty, and they certainly tried to capitalize on it, but didn't quite get the job done. And I think that is kind of the not the attitude, but the mood that we're getting from the Guns is they're just not quite there. Tonight, I think they might. I think Padani's going to have Chief Padani, excuse me, going to have a nice conversation with them in between periods here. And it looks like we got about 5 minutes left in this period. Is that what it looks like to you?
Yep. We got 5 minutes.
You got a little bit better angle on it than I do. So we're 2/3 of the way through this period, and I will tell you, I'm feeling pretty good about the Hoses at this point. They just seem to be having their mojo tonight. And the funny thing is, the domination of the Guns from this tournament for the last 7 years. We have games like that. Guess what? It's the Fire's turn. They're having the game tonight. They're hitting the passes. They're hitting the shots. I mean, sometimes it just happens that way.
So last year wasn't the score was close? But
it was pretty close.
The Guns way ahead, and then the Fire came back.
Yep.
So there's lots of hockey left. We can make a comeback here for the Police, but we don't.
Oh,
know.
absolutely.
We'll see.
This has been a great, exciting game, and like we were talking about earlier, folks. This isn't just your pickup hockey game. These guys are out there. They're serious. There's bragging rights here, and I will tell you that they will brag about it. I can promise that. As well they should.
Nestor with a nice stop.
Covered up by Nestor, yep, and we're going to see where they got this going.
Tell me, what exactly happened out there during that play? They called a hooking call on you. What happened?
Our public address announcer over roaming a little bit from his box and interviewing some of the Hoses right now. So I guess I missed that. We got one of the Hoses in the penalty box, and quite frankly, I missed it, folks. I do apologize. So we got a 5-on-4 power play here with the Guns and the Hoses.
Annual Guns and Hoses golf tournament this summer at the beautiful Chamonix Golf Course in Lino Lakes on August 23rd.
Coming on down into the zone behind Nestor. What are they going to do with it? They got an opener on the end. Paulson taking a shot from deep outside.
Paulson's struggling with a sore wrist this year, too, so we'll see.
I saw that. I think he had carpal tunnel from writing tickets or something. I'm not sure what it was. But
no, he's working in the school now.
Oh,
he's
the
not
school.
writing tickets
Okay,
to anybody.
yeah. Detention class. He's filling up detention classes over at Centennial High School. Again, Matt, one of the guys that actually started this, created this.
Yeah.
And,
8 years ago.
And quite frankly, it amazes me the humility of these guys. It's they're all very humble people, and I can probably say that for just about everybody out there. I don't know if I could find anybody out there who wasn't a humble guy. Was that coincidental?
I don't know what happened.
We got coincidental penalties out there.
Look at
that's what happens when you start talking smack to a fireman.
So is it a power
So it looks
play?
like we got 4-on-3 for a couple of seconds here.
Yeah.
If they get this right. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got too many. Oh no, they're going to play 5-on-4 still because they're coincidental. So still got 5 players on the Guns, 4 players on the Hoses. That will be evened up here in 50 seconds. But the Guns with a power play for another 50 seconds or so. So Guns controlling in their own zone through neutral ice, coming up through. Brett Westbrook bringing it in. Back shot over to Nick Ellens, taking a shot, covered up by Nestor. So coming up in the second period intermission, we're going to have an interview with the director of the NSC Super Rink. Pete Carlson will be our guest. And Pete's always a very entertaining interview. He's a good guy, and you'll see where the heart of this Super Rink comes from when we talk to Pete Carlson. His culture is all over this rink. He's been here for, I think, 150 years, if I'm not mistaken. So Pete's standing right next to me. He's 150. So, but we'll have a good conversation with Pete coming up here at the end of the period. So back on Nestor, clearing it out wide, and then comes back, a shot right back at him. So he shot it over, and they shot it right back at him.
Another shot? Yep.
Another shot. Right out front. Oh, what an opportunity.
Nestor covers it up.
Lecker had, is it Lecker? Tony Lecker? Laker? Had an opportunity right out front there, but Nestor just stared him down and got it done, man. I'm going to have to meet this guy afterwards. He's kind of going to be my hero. Yeah.
He's a really nice guy. He was here this morning really early. He stayed very late in the morning to do some interviews with, he came from Glenwood, Minnesota, 3 hours away. He came up for tryouts. He came down last night so he could be here for practice this morning. And
you know, that
he's
stuff
dedicated.
that stuff is just fantastic. That's where the heart of this whole thing comes from, right? People like him.
You know, his dad's here tonight. His dad was talking to me that Clay was the winningest most goalie in the Fergus Falls, Glenwood area, I think even to date in history for the high school team.
Really?
Yeah.
Fairly impressive. And, you know, he's kind of showing his colors here tonight because he's certainly flashing the leather really nice. Really well. I know that. I think flashing the leather is more of a baseball analogy, but we're going to use it tonight.
It worked. He's got leather pads.
Hey, spring training, right? All right, we are now back down into the hoses zone, being chased down by can't see his number here. I apologize. I think I need to go see my eye doctor again. Guns are keeping it in control in the hoses end. They know they desperately need a goal. They have to, you know what, I think more than anything, they just need to have something to just, you know.
A little hope?
Crack them, crack the seal a little bit here, guys, you know.
A little pep in their step tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
But
they'll have somebody. Here we go.
There we go. Is that
Paulson coming in, taking a shot, being taken down. I don't see any flags up. He might just be tired. I'm not sure.
That's not
Who is
Paulson.
that? That's not Paulson. It's 15. I'm sorry. Matt O'Hara.
He had a tough time getting back up. I think the fire guy kept pushing him down.
Well, stop, drop, and roll. Levino taking it in, and then it was taken back out to center ice.
Poked away.
Here comes Levino again, taking a shot. And a beautiful save by Clay Nestor. I'll tell you what, I would not want to be staring down Josh Levino. No chance. That guy could play some game right there. Absolutely. Now, I think Josh is actually isn't he a, oh my gosh, a flurry of shots down there while I'm trying to think what I'm going to say here. Josh, I think, isn't he a canine officer with Washington County?
I believe he is. I'm not 100% sure about that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. You kind of get to know these guys over the years when you're doing this, and always had a lot of respect for him. He's a good guy. And it's now into the zone by Ethan Johnson. Crossed out front, back out to center ice. And, we got a breakaway here. Oh, and he took down the goalie. That's got to be a penalty. Come on, you got to call that.
They are. They got him.
Tony's going to the sin bin. I just have a feeling.
1 minute.
Do we have? I don't see any. I don't see
maybe
any.
not.
Yeah, I didn't see any hands in the air. But I'll tell you what, if he did,
he got away with something there.
See, now that could start a fight, right? I mean, you can't mess with a guy's goalie. You just can't.
I got a feeling that none of the officers from Blaine are going to be getting into a fight because their boss is on the bench.
Yeah.
He's their coach.
Really good point.
There might be a talk tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to be in the roll call room when that happens, right? All right, we out to the point. All the way out. I don't think that made it through. That hit some traffic on the way out, or the way through. Going in behind the net. got McDermott and Swenson behind the net there. They're back out front again, and the Guns clearing it away. Scott Jorgensen down the line, taking a shot from a really tight angle, steered away by Nestor. Coming back in. Oh, goodness. Looks like we might have had something going there, and it just didn't pan out, but we got numbers here on this end. And a stop made by Tony Nelson, glove save. Nice job, Tony Nelson.
Hey, Kirk, I'm going to tell you, so one of the things we do every year, you notice Chief Panani's in his uniform tonight. Yep. In years past, he's been down there. He's kind of dressing the part for Herb Brooks or the Hanson brothers or whatever it might be. Or the But in light of what took place in Burnsville on Sunday, both him and Chief Lawyer got together and said, out of respect for the profession and those men and women that are out there, especially those people in Burnsville, they went to the uniform tonight just to show respect. They didn't want to have anybody think that they're making light of what's going on. Yep. And I appreciate that. I mean, that really adds a lot of value and respect to their own profession.
Oh, of course it does. And you know what? You mentioned just those two names are pure class individuals anyway. They really are. And we're very lucky up here in the northern suburbs to have the people leading us that we do.
Yes, we do.
And those two are no exception to the rule, that's for sure.
You're going to a table now, aren't you?
I'm going to go to a table and talk to Pete real quick, and then I'm going to come back, and then you and I are going to have a little discussion on your job with the Lino Lakes Police Department and some of the things that maybe you can help us understand that may be going on that through different feelings and things like that. If you don't mind, let's have that conversation.
You lead the way.
All right. I'm going to let you go, and we'll get Pete ready, and we'll get her going.
All right. I'm going to read off some sponsors here just one more time for everybody to hear before the third period gets going. Again, we want to thank our premier sponsor, Centennial Youth Hockey Association. Stepped up in a big way again. The Blaine Super Rink, we're going to hear from Pete Carlson, the general manager of that, here in just a second. Tito's Homemade Vodka, Suzanne Holt Norwex, Kowalski's Markets, Invictus Brewing Company, Best Defense Armory and Range in Forest Lake, Anderson Barbecue Supply on County Road E in White Bear Lake. It's run by Rob Anderson. He's a former police officer, went to business owner. Now he's back to police officer in Maplewood, Minnesota. Romainberg Marketing, State Farm Insurance, Chris Allis, Quick Trip, North Metro Television, Letterman Sports, Norski Electric, Believe Apparel, All the Good Sports Cards, and St. Croix Cleaners. We want to thank our sponsors. We love you all, and we can't tell you enough how much we appreciate you.
Oh, I'm up here with Brett and Shane's daughter. She got a little boo-boo.
We're here. Hey, we're on camera today. Did you not know that we were going to do this on camera today?
We were just on the radio. This is I don't know if I have a face for TV.
You know, you and I both, right? We got a face for radio.
Exactly.
So,
I've heard that
welcome to the interview table. We've got Pete Carlson here. Pete is the National Sports Center Super Rink director. Pete, let's start here.
Yeah.
For those around the world who have never been here, tell us about your facility and what makes this facility special.
Yeah, well, it is a special facility. We have people from all over the country, all over the world stop here, and they actually tell us that too. But I've been here for 26 years, a year before the rink opened, and I think right off the bat, it's 8 ice sheets basically under one roof. We started with 4. It worked out so well, helping the communities. It's really a community rink. Instead of Blaine building one rink, instead of the city of Coon Rapids building one rink, and so on, everyone pitched in a little bit of money to build these 4, and it worked out so well that everybody had the opportunity of skating in one place that we did it again in 2006 and added another 4.
Yeah, this is an amazing place. So that let's ask that question. Was this built with public money? Was it built with private money? Was there a partnership involved? I mean, you said, if I remember correctly, a lot of communities did this together, correct?
Yeah, it's a long story, but as short as I can make it, this is a state facility. The entire National Sports Center is a state facility. The great thing is it doesn't receive subsidies from any cities or states to operate. Yes, we have received state funds to get things started. It's called the Mighty Ducks Grant Program.
Yep.
The Mighty Ducks Grant Program was started to help Title IX girls hockey that was growing so fast in Minnesota. Minnesota Amateur Sports Commission, the state of Minnesota, put $14 million into a bucket and said cities can apply for that. 64 ice rinks were built from 95 to 2000.
Wow.
We were 4 of them. So yes, we had some state money.
Yeah.
Then each city put some money in. So out of a $12 million facility, we had $2 million of city and state. The other 10 we paid back with ice sales, hospitality, and sponsorship.
Wow.
And since that, we've done that and we paid our debt down to zero.
That, which is amazing. And what kind of a tax base has it brought into the city of Blaine? I mean, if you look around here, how many businesses are here because this is here, right?
Well, I remember when I first started, of course we had soccer fields, and they started out as sod farms. There were still some sod farms. And there were some trees and cornfields.
Yeah.
Now it's businesses, like you said. There's
Yep.
hotels, there's restaurants, and those are for-profit businesses helping the state of Minnesota through tax dollars.
Yep.
And that's really why the National Sports Center and the Minnesota Amateur Sports Center exist. We are for bringing in economic impact through amateur sports, and we're happy to say that that $14 million that started off that the state helped this thing go, we do $68 million of economic impact to the state of Minnesota through outside state spending.
Yeah.
So it's just a great story of how government agency can operate.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I mean, just what it brings. This has become a destination.
Yeah.
This is not, hey, let's go to the super rink. This is, we're all going to the super rink. Or we're all doing, you mentioned like the USA Cup that comes here, how many people that brings in and the millions of dollars that brings in as well. I think that those things are huge. So let's talk about tonight.
Yeah.
First off, thank you from the bottom of our hearts for what you do, what your staff does. This is an incredible facility that you have said, you guys raise your money. And we certainly do appreciate that. And I know we certainly appreciate as a board of a bunch of cops and firefighters and some citizens that really don't have our act together all the time. We come in and Pete your staff are just fantastic, and we certainly do appreciate that. But what does this give back to the community? Why? Oh, let me ask you this question. Just make it blunt. Why do you do this?
Why do we do it? Well, I mean, it was when I first started, and we knew we had to make money here, right? We had to pay back loans. We had to make sure these rinks were filled. And I remember I was told somewhere down the line, and I was trying to make sure every single dollar was counted, and every single ice was sold, and this table was rented for $10. And I remember I didn't get a table rental for $10, and I was upset. And it was my boss and our leadership here at the National Sports Center really shared this. And like every business, you're in the people business first. I didn't really realize that. I thought I was in the ice selling business, that's it. But when it's people business first, it makes you realize that there's more than what's just happening on the ice. And when the Guns N' Hoses came to us 8 years ago, I think this is the 8th annual, but it was a year before preparation, would you happen to offer up your ice rink for free? We didn't hesitate. We said, for police and fire, for the type of thing that they're raising money for, no problem. And that comes from the top down. That's the Minnesota Amateur Sports and the National Sports Center, our 2 board of directors. They allow me to do something like this. So this is a group of people saying yes to this event. What it's become from year 1 to today, it's actually emotional, right? Of course, we have the Burnsville incident and what they're doing for them because of that. But it's an emotional night. Even before that, when you're walking around and seeing these people in uniform, and you're seeing their spouses, you're seeing their kids, you're seeing their parents are coming so happy that they're being looked at in a positive way, right? This positive way is so cool, and it's so needed in our state, yes, but across the country. So we want to help these people that help us so much, so it's pretty easy to do. It really isn't too hard.
Yeah, but the fact that you do it, I mean, it's easy to do, but you got to do it, right? And we certainly appreciate you stepping up and doing it, and that's the most important thing.
Yeah,
so.
well, it's a huge effort, and thank you, and thanks to Wes and his board of directors. They've been coming and asking us for things. They're so timid task. And maybe I shouldn't say they're so timid. Could we get an extra thing? We're wide open. You just let us know. So yeah,
Well-
absolutely love it. And thank you for what you do and in giving it a professional look too with what you do and Schoolmeister and the Blaine Mites and the Centennial Mites.
I know, wasn't
How
that
cool
fun
was
today? That
It
was a great
awesome.
time, right? Well, hey, Pete, thank you so much for everything you do, and we certainly appreciate the
Yeah.
partnership, and God bless you. Anything
Thanks a
we
lot.
can do, man.
We'll be here the rest of the night, and we'll see you next year. It'll only get better next year.
Thank you, my
All right,
friend.
thanks.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
We're going to turn that back over to Wes, or no, Wes is going to step in here. Thank you to Pete Carlson again. You know, I will tell you this on a personal level. I actually worked for Pete Carlson for about 12 years here at the Super Rink, and in the early years of this Super Rink, and I'll tell you what, he's one class act. That's all I can say.
Did I hear him say he sells ice?
He sells ice. That's what he told me. In the early days, he was really, really good at that. He still is.
You
This place.
live in Minnesota. How hard can that be?
I know, right? It's selling ice to an Eskimo. Well, we sell ice to hockey players here. So,
That's right.
so we have a few more minutes left here. I can't really tell how many more minutes, but looks like the Zamboni still got a few laps. I wanted to bring in Wes because if you don't know, Wes is the chaplain for Lino Lakes Police Department, and I would love to get your perspective on your role. Not necessarily in putting yourself in the Burnsville incident, but your role with your police department and healing from this type of tragedy. What does that look like from your end?
Well, I mean, I guess first of all, the role that I'm in as chaplain with Lino Lakes Police and Fire is to both serve the officers and the firefighters, but as the community as well.
Mm-hmm.
And there's different roles. We won't go into detail on that, but when a tragedy like this hits, it's felt across the industry. I mean, they all feel it. They're all saddened by it. They're all angered by it. It's senseless. And I guess my role is to really be there for them if they need it, right? I'm not going to force myself on them and say, hey, I'm going to be there for you. You're going to talk to me. But they know. I built that relationship with them. They know if they need to chat with me about something, they can. And that usually happens when you're in a squad car behind the glass, and about halfway through the night, the questions come out, and they ask great questions, and it's a great relationship with them. And I think that they really appreciate some of the support they get. They also know that I can be a person they can vent to and talk to, and that's good, but it's all kept in confidence. So whatever they say in the squad car stays in the squad car.
Yeah.
Same with the firefighters. If they want to chat, they can call me. I can come to the fire stations. We can go out for coffee, whatever that looks like, and just have those conversations.
What is, and I might be putting you in a spot here, and I apologize if I am.
I'll walk away if you
What?
do.
Yeah, and you would, so that's okay. What is that chaplain down in Burnsville experiencing?
There's a lot of chaplains down there, and on Sunday afternoon, they had a bunch of them get together with I think it was Sunday afternoon, with the police department, with the firefighters, and just be there with them. Just spend the day, the afternoon, the evening with them, and the city workers as well, just to be there for them. It's all about community, right? And a chaplain role doesn't necessarily have to be this over-the-top faith-based thing. It could just be a sounding board. It could just be somebody who can be there to answer tough questions. They had a lot of support from that chaplain program down in Burnsville this last week, and I know it's still ongoing. I know a couple of the chaplains, in fact, they were telling me about it, and it was a tough day for them too, because they felt the loss.
Yeah,
it was impacting them as well. So.
Absolutely. Well, and I think that brings us up to what we're at tonight, right? Yeah. We are joyful, but mindful at the same time, right? Yeah. And I think the one thing that excites me is I get to come out here with my friend Wes, and we get to have some fun at a hockey game.
Yeah.
But the effect of this hockey game is so far-reaching. You know, again, like tonight with the Frontline Foundation, what this means to not just our community, but the state when it comes to the Frontline Foundation.
Yeah, I can't say enough about the Frontline. I mean, they have been an absolute phenomenal partner. Suzanne Holt is somebody that I've known for many, many, many years, and I don't even want to go into that story, but I've known her for a long time.
You know her maiden name, so it has to go back a ways.
I do. It went way back, but we didn't know that up until after we selected them, and then she revealed it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't recognize you, but that's us guys, we're dumb. But but anyway, so they've been fantastic. You know, when you partner with an organization, it needs to be a partnership in order for it to be effective. What we're seeing tonight is in large part because of the partnership with them. They turned over their contacts for us to help them raise money. They partnered with us with their marketing people to make sure that we had the right visibility. Kurt, for 8 years, we've never been able to get a media outlet outside of North Metro TV, who we really appreciate here.
We love Metro
But-
TV,
but
just
we
so you
can't
know.
we haven't been able to get somebody to do a story on the event to help us promote it.
Yeah.
We were talking to all the major networks in town before Burnsville incident took place. They were already planning on being here this morning to talk to us. Today, when they came out with the media, it just took on a different focus. But Suzanne's team helped us get to that point, and the outcome is clear.
Well, and I truly believe we're going to see that pendulum swing back to supporting police, and I think we'll see that through what we're doing here tonight. And if I can maybe just take this a step further, and you know, we've had some great interviews this evening.
How'd the mayor do?
The mayor was awesome.
Was he?
Yeah, he was cool. He was very, you know, the mayor.
I
He's
wish
just-
he would
he's
have
a
said
great
something
guy.
different. I could have picked on him a little bit.
Oh, no, he was really good. But, you know, what we can do here tonight, folks, and I am going to just ask you one more time.
Yeah.
Please go to our website, gnhnow.com, and donate. Please donate, please donate, please donate. That's all we're asking you to do. Feel good about being part of what's going on here tonight. You can do that sitting on your couch tonight and enjoying your Friday evening at home, and we would certainly appreciate that. So, Wes, I think it's time for us to get back over into our play-by-play seats. So
We've got about 3 minutes left.
we got 3 minutes.
You got any
left?
good jokes? Never mind. I've heard your jokes.
Yeah,
I like
no,
it.
they're all dad jokes and they're terrible. You know what just happened right now?
What's that?
My wife at home went, no!
I've known
Don't
you long
let him
enough
take
that I
you right.
understand, Jackie.
No, exactly. So, but yeah, no, I'm glad you can see the clock. I can't see the clock, but yeah, there's you know, if you want to be a partnership with us, right?
Yep.
We've always got room for sponsors and
Absolutely.
people to come on board with us and walk alongside us in this journey.
That too. If you want to be a sponsor for next year's event or this summer's golf event, go to the gnhnow.com website. Click on the sponsors link, and you can fill out a contact us. It'll reach out and let us know your interest, and we'll connect with you.
Which is fantastic. Yeah, and they do a really good job with that. Hey, it looks to me like we got some players on the ice. We better get going.
Sounds good.
All
Meet
right.
you over 4 feet away from here.
Sounds good.
Welcome back to the ice, the Guns and Hoses.
I have to tell you, this might be the most emotional, overwhelming thing that I've done in years. Just to see the support out here is just absolutely unbelievable. And I don't mean unbelievable. I believe this. I believe this is the way it
To
is.
center ice, I want
We're going to go down to center ice here in just a
Brent
moment.
Deshane to stand up. He's my 10-year-old that just won the first period Chuck-a-Puck. Where are you, buddy? Wave your hands. There he is. And I want you to know, that he just donated $250 of that money back to the Frontline Foundation.
Well, we just had a Chuck-a-Puck winner that finally showed up. He won the first period Chuck-a-Puck, actually, and he donated $250 of his winnings back to the Chuck-a-Puck, or back to the Frontline Foundation and what
That's
we're doing
amazing.
here tonight. That's pretty cool. And a kid.
Yeah.
A kid. How cool is that? I think that's pretty cool.
I think the parents made a good impression.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That's a good thing.
Yeah.
So now we got to get down to dropping this puck so we can see what this third period's going to unwrap for us here. I think we got a 6-0 lead by the Fire, and I'm telling you, this is going to be. I think this is an uphill road for the Guns because we got a heck of a goalie in here.
If it's a shutout, there's going to be some pretty intense squad car rides here.
I think, yeah, I think you might be right.
You might need to take some time off of work.
Yeah, right, exactly. McDermott coming up for the Hoses to take this face off. I don't see who is up there for the Guns, but I don't know what happened here, but we're dropping the puck again. Apparently they came in too quickly. Oh, wait. He's going to the penalty. Oh, I see what's going on here. Do you think they're trying to even this up a little bit? They just
What just happened?
they put Alex Van Galder in the penalty box. I'm not sure what exactly happened.
I don't think I've ever seen that on a face-off.
Not off a face-off. I haven't seen it. They're going to make it different. They're going to make it difficult for the Hoses to get this victory tonight. So far, it looks like we've got a penalty right at the mark. So the Hoses control it out at center ice. It drops back down into the Guns zone. Back out the center ice now. Controlled by really nobody at this point, but they're kicking it around down there. Back down into the Hoses zone.
Hoses number 16, Alex Van Gelder from St. Anthony Fire. 2 minutes for embellishment.
Embellishment. Now there is a.
16 for the Hoses. 2 minutes for
You know, to me, that's kind of like the elective penalty of
Is that
college.
a real penalty?
It is, but it isn't. Right?
On a face-off? Did he try too hard to
I
hit
don't
the puck?
know. I'm not sure. I did not see how that one worked. Swenson bringing it into the Gun zone and scores from a tight angle
on a short-handed goal.
That had to be it's a shorty, and that was an angle. That was a tough angle shot. So Swenson putting another one on the board. I think that's at least his second this year, tonight. So now a 7-0 lead for the Hoses. I think the Hoses are making a statement tonight. They are absolutely making a statement tonight. I am shocked pleasantly.
McCreevy did tell me at our meeting on Wednesday night that this is their year. And he didn't have any hesitation in his voice. He said, no, this is going to be our year.
He knew something we didn't know.
I don't know if he knew.
He put something together.
Why does the scoreboard say 7-1?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe we've got maybe they're giving away another, goal, trying to keep it close. I'm not sure. Somebody got to fix the score. We should fix the score. Just saying. I'm usually down between the penalty boxes. They're usually yelling at me for that kind of thing. So now I get to yell a little bit. So anyway, I'm just gonna keep pointing up there until somebody sees us.
I don't see any of the team Guns complaining about it.
No, and yeah, they're not. Oh, hey,
Scoring for the Hoses. The 14-16 mark, number 7, Mike Switzer, Forest Lake Fire, and number 14, Cal
James Wick behind the goal. Pass back over to Nate Heyman. Nate Heyman out to Matt Paulson. The Founders out there getting together tonight. Oh, look at that right out front. What a stop again by Clay Nestor. They let, who is that? Number 16? That's 16. They let Van Galder not Van Galder. They let Wick just stand out there and take a shot. Like, come on, somebody hit him. You can't just let him do that on your goalie. Thank you, goalie. Nestor stood up tall on that one.
There we go, Paulson with the puck.
Paulson taking a shot just a little bit wide.
Sore wrist and all.
Battling behind the Hoses goal and sending it all the way down. No icing. They waved off the icing. So, of course, we got somebody in the box, so that's why there wouldn't be any icing. Now back down this way, we've got now that's something that's a mistake. You can never get an icing when you're on the power play. You should not be doing that. That's not cool. We got 10 seconds left on the Hoses penalty here, so either that or somebody who's just tired and needed a breather. Yeah, you can do that too, right? At this time of the game, yeah. Might need a little bit of a breather. Face off down in the gun zone. And controlled by, it looks like the Guns breaking out of their zone, moving up into the neutral ice. Puck over to Kenny Sinna coming in. Kenny, a heck of a hockey player as well. Kenny played his hockey, I believe, at Centennial High School, right?
Yep, born and raised Centennial, hometown boy.
He is, he's about as hometown boy as Ryan Sheik is to White Bear Lake, as to Lino Lakes for Kenny. So, guy who loves his hometown, there's no doubt about that. Coming across ice, up in between the circles, knocked away. Controlled now by Alex Van Galder. Back on the stick of the Guns. Again, right out front. They're just letting him, they come right out front. and taking swings at it. And that one was by Josh Libano again. That's a guy you don't want to be taking swings at your goal after. I mean, that's not going to happen. So, or not often you're going to keep him out, I should say. All right, again, back out.
Come on, get it.
There we go. Back in the corner. Send it back, battling for it there. Have you noticed, Wes, the battles are a lot more mild now than they were in the first period.
They were. I think somebody's tired. That early morning practice might have been a little too intense.
It definitely might have been.
For both
right?
teams.
Yep, exactly. But, boy, I tell you what, they're putting on a heck of a game out here today. And you can see you got some guys with their hands on their knees out there, and that's okay, right? This isn't D1 hockey, but it certainly is competitive.
Keep in mind, some of these folks worked today. They were on the streets this morning.
Or working tonight, right? We have some that are going to be working tonight, too.
Yeah.
So some of them that won't be joining us at the after party at Invictus Brewing. So make sure you join us at Invictus after the game. We're going to have a lot of fun over there and really celebrate what happened here tonight. And, again, I can't tell you, Wes, maybe you can. This is just so unbelievable.
It's insane. It really is. You know, it's I'm looking out into the lobby out here in the concourse, and there's still a lot of people out there sitting against the windows and the chairs, milling around the raffle tables. The rink is lined with people still. It's just impressive.
In the third period. Yeah, this is in a 7-0 game. We have people that are absolutely just lined in here, which is absolutely incredible.
All right,
so.
I'm just going to step aside here because Officer Matt Paulson's son Owen is here. And
hey, how you doing?
Broke his leg skiing, and he's just here in the chair saying hi. So I'm going to take off the headset and say hi.
You do that, and you do your thing.
All right.
So I'm glad to see him, and I'm glad to see him that he's mending well because he broke his leg pretty. He took a tough fall, but Wes always the one that wants to step up and make sure everybody's okay, and that's what he's doing right now. And God bless him. He's a good dude. Excuse me, folks. Off the pipe. That was as close to a goal as you could possibly get. It went off the pipe and then back into his pad. So that was amazing. So face off down in the gun zone. Looks like McDermott stepping up for the Hoses there. By the way, I have to tell you something. This is just a personal opinion, but if you do get over to Invictus Brewing and if you do want to join us, please do. But I will tell you something. My stepson brought home some Apple Shine hard cider that was out of this world. It wasn't too sweet. You know, sometimes it gets too sweet when you get hard cider. This was a really, really great, fresh-tasting hard apple cider. So if you get a chance to get over there, order one and let me know how you felt about it. And we got it all the way across a beautiful, I will tell you, he had so much goal to shoot at there, but it looked like McDermott just kind of passed it back over instead of taking the shot, and that's okay. It's not a big deal. And going in number 6, that's Scott Jorgensen taking a shot from the Egan PD. Taking a nice shot, just went a little bit wide. Again, McDermott taking it up the side and back into the guns zone. And a nice stop there by Tony Nelson again. Looks like we're getting some line changes here. We got about, it looks 10 minutes to go in the period here. So a good, solid lead for the Hoses, but I certainly wouldn't call the game over because I've seen it in 38 years of broadcasting. I have definitely seen 7-goal leads go away. So it can happen. But I will say the Hoses certainly have the mojo tonight. They're putting a lot of shots. I'd be interested to see what the shots on goal were at the end of the game because I'm pretty sure I would think that Tony Nelson's probably going to sleep pretty well tonight. So centering pass from behind the Hoses goal comes out and does not hit the pass there. The stick he's looking for. Jordan Wardell was taking it out. Back in, a quick changeover. Nice job. Still working it pretty hard back there. Nate Heyman behind the net. Coming out, the Hoses now controlling it. Back into the possession of the guns. Mike Arthur controlled it out at the blue line. It is now bouncing around in front of Clay Nestor over to the sidewall. They're still battling it out, I'll tell you that one. Jordan Wardell bringing it out, a headline pass up to Blake Risner, it looks like. Nice job there. Coming back around, the Guns bringing it right back in with as much vigor as the Hoses brought it back down. So they're going to regroup. Libano's going to take it back in from the blue line, running through. Libano over in the corner, bringing it back out. Nice job, center ice. Good to see Matt's kid, huh?
Yeah, oh, and that poor kid, man, he's a trooper.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
His femur.
Broke his, yeah, I saw it. I think Matt showed me his
X-rays?
X-rays,
Yeah.
Holy cow. I'm like, oh, that doesn't feel good.
No. I'd be milking that.
Yeah. Well, it looks like he's a trooper. It looks like he's coming out of it pretty well, so that's good. So we're back down into the Guns zone with another face-off. Face-off controlled by absolutely nobody. I don't know how do you put that one, but nobody would control that one.
And we can't control the scoreboard because it still says 7-1.
7-1. How do they do that? I mean,
don't know.
hold on a sec. Nate is an actual investigator and a detective. Did he pull something off? Has he got some dirt on DJ Schools or something? I don't know.
Well,
Just
DJ's
saying.
not down there right now. He's up moving around the crowd, so that might be part of it.
There you go. Absolutely.
All right, I'm upstairs with a couple volunteers
All
for
right.
the Guns N' Roses event. We are actually drawing for a free foursome for the first annual Guns N' Roses golf tournament.
I knew I forgot to get my name in on that
Chamonix Golf Course.
Chamonix
on
Golf
August
Course. They're
23rd.
actually giving something away out there.
So here, I got the scoop on the score. The score is right.
NOW.com.
No, it's not.
It's right.
It can't be right.
It's right. Get this. They gave them a gift goal because they were supposed to be on power play when they scored. I know.
I'm going to call a load of crap on that one. I'm just saying that doesn't seem right to me. I don't think I've ever seen that, but I mean, we got that from our official scorekeeper over here.
TJ?
Great job over there.
TJ, can we say crap on North Metro TV?
I hope we can because it was. Oh, goodness, and Swenson is denied by Nelson.
The foursome is Mr. Jerry Bonzerati.
Bonzerati.
I don't know, but
Jerry, you're a winner.
if he needs somebody for his foursome, I'm in.
Oh, he's the foursome winner.
Yeah, he's the foursome winner. So face-off once again down in the Guns zone. The one thing they're going to have to do is they're going to have to start playing a lot more down on this end of the rink where the hoses defend, because you can't score from, well, you can in theory. I guess you can score from down there, but you got to get in front of that goal.
I would have to distract Nestor.
How would you plan on doing that, Wes?
I don't know, throw something at him.
You got another donut or what? If you missed it earlier, folks, on the first, was it the first goal? The first goal by the Hoses, we had a donut thrown on
Second
the
goal.
ice.
Actually, the second goal. The first goal, they brought the police a pizza that they just threw on the floor, and I'm really hungry right now.
I know.
So I might go down and look for that pizza.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, 10-second rule or 3-period rule.
I'm pretty sure that pizza was cold before they even gave.
Yeah, you wouldn't think the Fire's going to give them a good
that
pizza.
was in somebody's hockey bag when they came tonight.
Oh, that's nasty. So flying up the side again, my McDermott. He's controlling both sides of the ice. He's usually been coming up on the far end, and he came up on the near side here this time. 15 took a swing at it, Matt Meehan, and had to take a couple of swings at it. That had been a strike and a foul tip in baseball. Coming down for the Guns, back into the Hoses zone. They're in the right zone now at least. Shot blocked. Scott Jorgensen on an attempt.
I gotta tell you, I'm really hoping that the police get a authentic goal here because,
Why? Because the one up there's cheap? Because it is.
I didn't. You said it was crap. I think was the word you used.
Yeah.
But now that I know
That's
we can
exactly what I said.
Now that I know we can say that on North Metro TV.
Yeah, that's funny. That is funny. I mean, embellishment and a gift goal. I got to be honest, I haven't seen those yet, but whatever, that works.
Is that Nate Heyman down there?
That's Nate, yeah. Nate mixing it up a little bit with Kyle McDermott. I don't know. They must know each other, I'm guessing, because they were either chirping or laughing at each other, one of the two. So, looks like we got about 5 more minutes left in this game. Folks, once again, if you can't make it out here, if you're not going to make it to our after party, over at Invictus again, Invictus Brewing after party. Be there. It's going to be a blast. Be part of this event from your own home. Be part of this event from your couch. How nice is that?
Make it a record year. Help make it a record year.
We would love to make it a record year and support these great first responders we have. It's just amazing. It's just, I feel so much love in here this year. Yeah, look at that. We have got so many people right now that are donating to our site, and they're coming up on the phone here. I can't even keep up with it. I couldn't read all of those. It would take me till Tuesday to read all of those. Be part of that, folks. We want you to be part of that. We want you to be part and say, hey, I had a hand in a record year for Guns N' Hoses because I cared, right? And it's what it's about, folks. It's about caring. It's about caring about when tragedy happens, that we support these people. It's about caring when these guys have to do the job and give you a ticket. Yeah. But they're there for you when you need the help, right? They've been there for you when you need the help. They're there for you to protect you.
And guess what? When your house is on fire at night, who do you want to be there?
You darn right. I want Brett McCreevy being there.
Not the neighbor with the garden hose, that's for sure.
Yep, and I'll tell you what, our police and fire just, they've been much maligned in the past, and I truly believe, Wes, that pendulum is swinging. And I truly believe, just by what we're seeing here tonight, that this pendulum swinging back to supporting our first responders. And how do you not do that, right? What about, you have a heart attack. Who you want there? Well, you got that EMT coming. You got those. That's important.
Well, I think this last Sunday also kind of shed some light on something that most people don't understand. There was a firefighter that was killed, and they were there because somebody needed help.
Exactly.
So they're not, firefighters are not immune to these kind of things, as we just learned so tragically. So it's both police and fire that need this support. They need the backing of their communities and the people around them to say, hey, thank you.
Yeah.
And when you see them on the streets, wave to them.
Yeah. Well, and I hate to, I have to say this, but a defenseless firefighter was killed.
Yep.
That's what hurts, you know, and having that support is, it's our turn. It's our turn to step up. I guess that's exactly what I want to say. So, we got the young Fletcher clan is heading out early. They've looks like they got a couple of tired kids there tonight. So, yeah, let's see. We'll get back to the game here. We're back down into the gun zone and controlled by. It looks like coming around. It looks like, again, nobody's controlling it, which is okay. Wow, a shot from the really, really sharp angle. Now, I think we've had some goals from over there before, but that was a sharp angle right there. It's kept in by the hoses. Shooting across rink, picked up by the Guns. The Guns bring it down through center ice, back into the hoses zone. This is working. Oh, and it right on the stick. See, that's what I'm talking about, Wes. Tonight, the puck is falling onto the hoses stick, and it's okay. We have games like that. I just announced a game last week where this team could do no wrong. I mean, it just their night, right?
Yeah.
And this is, quite frankly, this is their night. This is the hoses night. So, I know I've kind of thrown my support behind the hoses for the last 4 years. So when I was in the locker room, I said, look, you guys are making me look bad.
So this is all for you tonight.
This is good. I'm going to take this. I'm going to take this as a win. That's for sure. So, but
You know you're going to get a ticket on the way home. tonight,
Probably,
now, right? Okay.
yeah.
All right.
I won't get out of the parking lot before that happens. But no, but again, the big winner tonight. I don't care what you see on the board. I don't care if that goal is not supposed to be there. The big winner tonight.
Oh, look at this! Look at this!
We got a breakaway coming out.
Kenny
and
Steiner.
a beautiful shot. Kenny doesn't miss many of those. That's for darn sure.
Well, apparently Nestor doesn't either.
Yeah, no. Well, we got to bring this guy in from Western Minnesota. That's all there is to it.
Oh, nice moves there.
Now, you wouldn't think of Glenwood Fergus Falls as a big hockey community, but apparently they've got a heck of a goalie in town.
Yeah, they do.
Full strength.
And the Hoses are back to full strength, and another save by Nestor. The Guns are keeping it in the zone. Back over to Kevin Skinner. Back out to Matt Paulson. We're going to hear about that sore wrist if he doesn't score, right? I mean, we're going to. I love Matt. Matt's got a huge heart. And he you know what? He's pretty good at taking a little grief, too.
Oh, he'll give it back, too.
Oh, yeah. He's not shy. Coming up on, I think, 3 minutes left in the period here, so we're winding down, and the chances of the Guns are catching up now, are getting a little more slim. They're going to have to start playing in this zone. We got 3 minutes left. Okay, good. Wes has got a better angle at the clock than I do.
There's a net there. It makes it really hard to see a digital board.
I think your
net.
glasses work better than mine too.
Well,
So coming down, you can catch a little bit. Not to lie, I think we're catching a little bit of fatigue out there at this point, but nobody's giving up. That's for sure. Here's going to come a shot from a long angle.
Again.
He's hungry. Boy, I got to tell you, I don't know what McCreevy did to get this Clay Nestor on board, but boy, that was a good pickup.
It was. It was.
Yeah, that was I can't say it's been the difference maker tonight because the Fire team has obviously played at a really high level tonight.
They have.
And credit to them, no doubt about it.
I mean, look at the power. He's still got a lot of energy skating down there for them.
Absolutely.
Hey,
Jordan Wardell.
Before we're done with the game tonight, I just want to recognize DJ Scholes down there. He's kept the energy in this room high. He's been out in the crowd talking to people. He's been just a part of the event tonight. And what he put into making the pregame stuff work this year.
Yeah, that was really nice.
He stepped it up a level for us, and I just can't thank him enough. He's a great guy. He does weddings, too, by the way. If you're looking for a good DJ for your wedding.
Weddings?
One of the first weddings I ever officiated, he was a DJ.
No way, really?
Yeah.
Nice. Weddings, high school dances, proms, you name it, he'll do
he's got a little scuffle.
Oh, there we go. Who's going? Who is it? Oh, no. Oh, no. You guys all got to work later. You might not want to do that.
That might have been a little bit.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is a reenactment of what could happen if you got upset at a hockey game.
I want to see the goalies go at it.
That would be fun. Yeah. What was that? Fleury that did that, right?
Yeah.
That would have been fun. Well, we're wrapping her down here. We're getting a little closer to 1 minute coming up here. So we're again. Are we going to go to the conference here?
The firefighters wanted a penalty for police brutality.
I want to see him call this one.
They're going to get that penalty, but this is the only thing we reenacted and rehearsed before the game. Great job, guys.
If they rehearse that, I'll give them a C. I mean, come on. There was no, sweaters pulled up over the head.
There was a little bit of a yard sale out there, but I think I saw a glove on the ground. But
that might be about it. Goodwill, come here. Goodwill.
I have no idea what's happening right now, though.
Yeah, I don't either. This would be a good time for people to go to GNHnow.com and do a little donating because it looks like this could take a while. Kind of like the last 2 minutes of a football game. It lasts 45, Puck back down into the
1 minute remaining regulation. 1 minute regulation. The final Austin penalties were assessed to number
Oh, we do have penalties out there. They did.
Offsetting.
All right.
Fake roughing. It might be it.
Yeah. Fake. These two people that needed help. They needed some.
I think they were just tired.
Yeah, I think that was the breather they needed. Some fist bumping over there to Clay Nestor. I think he's done a fantastic job. It's such a community, and it really does expand throughout the state, right? It's not a Lino Lakes, Blaine, Anoka County thing. This is something that goes throughout this, and the brotherhood is throughout the state too, as well, right?
It is.
As witnessed over the last week, the support that they've had down south. But it's heartening to see it. That's for sure. And I do have a feeling that they're going to ask him back.
I think they will. I think they will. In fact, they might pay him to come back.
Yeah, no kidding, right? That is that's been a pretty good game. There's been no doubt about that. That's for sure. But as we wind down here, folks, I can't see. Is that about 22 seconds?
Yep. Yes,
okay.
It is. So how do you score a goalie when there's one goal on the scoreboard against them?
Yeah, I don't know. That's the same percentage of 100% in my book. I don't care what anybody says.
Does that get assessed against him?
It does. It does. Really? So that's why I called it what I called it. He hasn't put anything in that net yet to shoot. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, and that's the game, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new Valor Cup champion, and it is the Hoses
for the first time.
For the first time on. That's right. 7-1 victory, and I'm still not going to call it 7-1. I still think it's 7-0. Victory for the Hoses.
It was an 8-year journey, and they got there.
They finally got here, and I can't wait to go down and see Brett and the boys and say thank you for making me finally look good. That's hard to do, right?
Yeah, right here what you're seeing, this is what it's truly about. The brotherhood right now, the shaking of hands.
Yeah.
There's no hard feelings. There's probably some broken hearts, but there's no hard feelings.
Yeah, there is. I will bet that they'll share a soda pop or two later.
Or bet they're going to go to sleep right now. Then they'll share a soda pop tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. Or get in their car and go on their shift.
Yeah, well, that too.
There are a few people I know that are doing that, folks, and I'm going to tell you, they are coming out tonight after this game to protect you. Help us protect them. Go to GNHnow.com and donate. We would so appreciate it. And Wes, another great year. I enjoy our time together all the time. I love you, man. And I love being part of this organization, and it humbles me that you keep asking me to come back to do the terrible job I do.
You do not do a terrible job.
Of the Frontline Foundation. At this time, we're going to invite the captains and the goalies for the Hoses to come forward and
we're going to look at this is the first time these guys have been able to grab that trophy. Congratulations and all credit to them. So
and they let Nestor hoist it.
As well they should. They should. So well, ladies and gentlemen, looks like we're kind of getting the hook here. We certainly appreciate you guys joining us tonight. Thank you so much. Good. Hey, that's my line. I like that. I actually did that. So, once again, let's hear it once for the Hoses. 7-0 victors once again this year. We will see you back.
7-1 victors.
7-1. I'm not going to count the one. I just can't do it. I'm sorry, I can't do it. But we certainly appreciate everybody joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
Please do us a favor. Hey, if you know of people who might enjoy this game, send them the link. Let's watch them. What I would love to see people do is, if you know of a police officer, if you know of a fire person, if you know of an EMT, send this link to them. They should see the love that was here tonight.
Absolutely.
Don't you believe?
I do.
I really do. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, have a great night. Once again, thanks for joining us, and we will see you back next year. Good night.